do I open this? How do I?
No, don't, please don't entertain this. Please don't go on a. Hey, Michelle.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Oh boy.
Hey, Michelle, real quick, what are your views on time travel in the monsters?
I think they're both true. Well, multiverse is definitely true. Time travel, who knows?
Disadvantage for you tonight.
Do you think time travel is inherently multiverse travel?
For sure, gotta be.
Yes.
Can time travel itself exist without multiversal travel? Like, can you master time travel to only travel within your timeline, or will you always end up in a different verse?
Not forward. You can't. Once you go back, you can't go forward ever again. You can only go back.
Why?
And even then, once you go back, then wherever you land, you're branching a new verse.
You.
Because
Here we go.
Because you create infinite loops. You cannot just go back.
Thank you.
That like if I go back and meet somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody, that means that person has always have had to met me at that point of time.
If you go back and touch soil, you're changing ecospheres.
Yeah,
So
always had to have touched that soil.
So there's two ways this can play out. One is you can return to your timeline, but none of your changes go anywhere for you because you split off a multiverse. You can fuck things up, but you never go back to the world you fucked up. You can only go back to your world. Or two, it just ripples the effects through when you go back to the future. Nothing changes until you go back. And when you go back, everything changes.
You can't go just back to your world either.
Why? You guys, once again, you're telling me the Force works differently. You're deciding that this thing we don't understand has a principle.
Because there's a universe that you didn't do that.
So what?
If you say right that you can go back to your future and that's when the changes take place, that's not true, because that has always happened in the past.
Yeah.
No, here's the thing.
That
like,
point has always, once you time travel, right? Once you create time travel, that creates a loop. There's no way out of that loop. It's not like, oh, we're not in that loop because it didn't happen yet, and now we're in the loop and we created. No, that has always had to happen. At this point, time travel was created. You travel back in time.
But
you grab this soil, you touch this thing, you did whatever, which means this is always true. So even in the past, right now we're living, if somebody time traveled back, it's happening right now. We see this happening. We know it's happening, because if it's not happening now, the person's here now and they're not here now, then time travel is not real. You're traveling to a different universe, right? Because in your universe, or in the universe you're supposedly time traveling back into, that person's time traveling back into. If I travel back into 68, and you're saying, hey, in 68, before time travel was invented, you didn't travel back into 68. Well, that's two different universes. Because it has to happen.
What's hilarious about this is Marvel Endgame perfectly explains this concept of time travel, which is wild. And I'll say this and we'll get started, I guess. The way Professor Hulk explains it is that when you time travel back to whatever time you're going, nothing you do can affect your current position because it's your past. Your past cannot change or your future cannot change your past. So if I go back 5 days, right? The original 5 days I lived are in stone. That's my past. Time travel is subjective to you. So nothing I do 5 days in the past can change anything that happened in the 5 days I already lived. And then once I go back to the point I left, I'm still playing out my future. When you time travel, you're still living your present to your future. Nothing you do can change it because your past is always locked.
So Brian,
you'll remember your history.
That is rooted in piousness and selfishness.
Interesting.
Like,
if I time travel back to now, right? And let's say tomorrow I time travel and I kick me in the chest. I kick the Saeed that's sitting on his couch in his chest. And you're trying to say I go back to the future. Yo, I have to get kicked in my chest tonight, Brian.
No, you don't. Again, yes,
you do, because you're not traveling back inside your timeline. If you travel back inside your timeline, it has to happen.
So
if it doesn't happen, okay, I'm sorry.
I think so. Okay, so let's say, all right. So let's say I have a timeline. I want to go back, kill somebody, right? So I go back, kill somebody. The future where that person got killed is not my timeline. Totally different timeline. I just create a split, right?
Yes,
if I
it's
go,
Dragon Ball Z.
if I get back in the time machine and go back to where I came from, that's fine. Like where I came back from is the same life that I've always lived, but I'm not gonna ever see the repercussions of what I did in the past.
Right, and there's also a timeline where you didn't go back and kill that person.
Yeah, well, there's a
So-
multiverse, so there are like infinite. There's always
Okay.
every
Exactly.
decision point.
Okay,
is
Everything
I have
happening
I
at
have
all-
I have
all
one
times.
I have one more final example to close it out. Dragon Ball Z. Future Trunks comes back from his future.
Don't hit me with this bullshit.
No, Dragon Ball Z. Future. Wow, we're gonna do that. Future Trunks comes back from the past, right? To the past. Saves Goku. They kill the androids. He's super strong. World is saved. He goes back to his future, which is garbage, and beats up and kills the 2 androids, right?
Yes.
The
he's
changes.
creating a
Hold on.
Right.
Right. No,
And
he didn't
then
make a split because the
And then there's
changes he made-
23 years worth of fan fiction about how it was bullshit and how that shit.
I don't care about fan fiction. It happened. But hear me out. So this is what happens, right? He goes back to his future, and day by day he moves forward, and the new past he created moves forward, erasing his old past. He can never go back to when Gohan got killed with one arm because that's gone now. It doesn't exist anymore because the past he changed has overlapped it.
An extension for him anymore.
He's made a change, and that change is eroding his past. It's overlapping it.
He played himself into a different multiverse.
No, he's still in the same timeline. It's still the same exact timeline. Yes.
Brian,
Yes.
the timeline, but he created
No,
a
it's
multiverse
not.
by doing that.
He's creating an overlap. His past is being overlapped by the new reality.
The other second, though,
Your so-called overlap is a different multiverse.
But yeah, Brian, the other part about this is just because they said it in Dragon Ball Z.
No, I'm just giving an
so
example.
that
I'm just
it's
giving
true.
an example of a concrete thought out. This is how it worked here. I'm not saying that's the. I'm not saying that's the sci-fi science fiction. Fiction in general does give concepts on how we try to further our science. So I'm giving you a concrete thought out theory. That's all I'm doing. I'm not saying that's the way it works. And last time when the shadows echo.
Oh no, wait, real quick.
No, fuck that.
I'll pull this car over. Go ahead.
Real quick. But if you said Marvel, but if you watched the what's his name? What the fuck? Loki series, like
Loki's multiverses, yeah. Alpha Z.
yeah,
Union.
but that kind of explains like you like every change like it branches. Like they're not just like linear like you change so you change for everything.
Except for in Loki, they stamp out entirely that the entire Marvel MCU we watched is one timeline because they were destroying every branch. So the events of Endgame did not create a multiverse because they killed out every possible multiverse that could have been made.
Hold on though. Because Nishan was defending your side as well, and now he's quiet.
I'm okay with that.
Now the Cowboys came in.
Again,
Nishan, what you gotta say? No, hold on.
Loki straight up says that MCU that we saw is one multiverse or one timeline. Them going back and fucking with time did not create other multiverses that were allowed to continue to exist because Loki's little time cops destroyed them. Only one timeline there before the end of Loki.
Only one timeline Hollywood focused on.
No. Watch Loki, Chris. No,
they stopped the branches from continuing to branch. They didn't.
Yeah, they killed them. They destroyed them. They destroyed what could have been other multiverses. There's only one there. No matter, even though they fucked around in time, they did not return to a different
You watched the whole thing?
universe. Yeah, they didn't. Well, at the end of it, things changed. But as far as the events of Endgame,
that's what I was saying though. Like the people themselves are on their timeline where they can jump in and out of time machines, but they're not changing their own past. Like,
the cops, they're outside of time. They don't exist
Right.
in any timeline.
Right, but theoretically they are.
Every
Right.
single time they jump and come back, they are in a different multiverse.
They have not watched the show. Welcome to the Shadows Echo. Last time, watch the show. Last time on the Shadows Echo.
The show won't convince me otherwise.
Now you're telling me how the Force works about watching Star Wars, and that's even more fascinating than the entire thing we've done tonight. But
Hey, I base it off of physics.
watch the show. We're not talking about physics.
Let's go first.
Last episode on the Shadows Echo, which was 2 weeks ago, we had Legend Lore, we had sharing information, a very productive gathering of the minds, as it were. Legend Lore was cast on Azrael and on Kaleem to gather more information about those two before the incoming conflict with Azrael. On the airship, something or other, whose name I have written down here when I get to that page. But the Misfits are currently traveling on the Dreadnought's airship on an intercept course with the one more Cloud Scraper. On an intercept course with the Cloud Scraper, who is captained by Devilbite. It is unknown whether Devilbite is under the influence or simply the employ of Azrael, or if he truly is unaware of her presence on his ship. But the group is working through contingencies on how to best capture who to best kill Azrael. The current plan being load up 4 polymorphs, get the surprise, and launch 4 multiple attacks on her, hoping one of the polymorphs will work, and then take the polymorphed Azrael and put her into the bag of devouring, officially killing her.
Just throw her in the bag.
Best remix ever. One of the best. But that is, in actuality, all of what last session was. It was the legend lores and the sharing of what everyone knows about the heroes of old, the discontinuous, the 1,000-Year War, and the current conundrum of the dragons, the giants, and where they are. I believe it was finally shared, or rather shared again, that there is a fire giant rampaging, or a fire giant awakening in Jilavesto. I believe that was brought up again. Maybe just brought up in Jenna's recap, but I think that's where we are. Does anyone need a refresh on anything? Because again, the last session was only just the lore dumps. Unless I'm forgetting something.
Yeah, you told me that you want to retcon something with the legend. Or no, it was scrying.
We did that. That was 2 weeks. That was 3 sessions ago. Or 2 sessions ago.
You're okay.
That's Greg saying something to someone in his world. I believe that is all that was. You all are still currently in the room with your planning session. Everything's been put on the table. All information shared to the best of most people's knowledge. What would you all like to do? A day did not pass last time. There are still 4 days until you reach the Cloud Scraper. Assuming you do not run into any.
My bad, y'all. I muted the wrong screen.
You're good, man. Assuming you don't run into any difficulties, there are 4 days left until you reach the Cloud Scraper.
Does anybody remember exactly what we ended on? Because I feel like we were starting to say something about.
I want to say it was lore related. I don't think it was. I think it was still grounded in the ideas, not so much plan of action for the next leg or anything. This is still early though. This is probably lunchtime, maybe, if that.
Hold on, let me look at these now.
I think was it morning? Or was it?
I mean, you guys had breakfast and you guys came here to talk. Oh, that's why I was retconning. Legend Lord. Samson did not say it out loud. Being that he's level 10, he has the mastery of scrying, the scrying spell, or Legend Lord enough to be able to, instead of being like possessed by the story and just blah, being able to like spiritually grab the story, read it, and then recite it how he chooses to.
Okay.
So that's what it was. So yeah, so there was no scrying orb that popped up at the end of the conversation.
Okay. So then something else.
Everything else I think was predicated on the fact that I said the scrying orb popped up.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, so no scrying orb. Everything was said within the group thought. And
yeah, man, I knew it was something.
That's what it was.
Okay. Okay. All right. Then yeah, because I think we were trying to figure that out at the end.
Yeah, about how to navigate that that happening.
Okay.
That was bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was real bad. That was real bad.
bad, not good.
Yeah.
All right. And as a reminder, Jenna is fully caught up on the story at large.
Hey,
Shut up.
Hey,
Davina.
Davina.
I made it right.
Hey, Duffhead.
Hey.
Okay.
Hmm. All right. So, Aside says to the group, did we talk about this plan for Azriel, with the dreadnought yet?
Mm,
The original plan of the polymorphing was done in the dreadnought's presence in his office. With him and Theron in the room, so everyone involved is caught up with the plan. Unless you plan to change the plan.
Yeah, because Fleur has a little awkward moment with there.
Oh yeah. Right.
I
Okay.
forgot about that. Yeah. All right. So now that we have this info, any thoughts?
I can attempt my scrying again tomorrow. See what other information I can obtain.
I will say it solidifies the need to kill Azrael, seeing as how she was like a great leader, like um, and respected like with the dragons and giants. So she got to go before everybody else.
I agree. I agree.
Um,
Um, Anywhere in that legend lore do we get or gather like the dragon's weakness?
no, no, he did not. I will say she's. It says she's the moon's reflection, and I'm really curious what that means. Like, do we see? So, um, hmm, yeah, I'm curious what that means.
Yeah. And actually, we did get the weakness. It's the arcane bane.
Oh, that I told you that. That wasn't looking well.
Ah, got you, got you.
Um, but yeah, I wonder which moon. I wonder if like the shattered moon has anything to do with her like capture. So like, if anyone had been watching the moon, like, had there been any changes in it since she was released?
I wonder whose grandmother might know.
Well, she ain't gonna tell me, so I know somebody else who might know, who likes the moon a lot. I gotta see what his work schedule's looking like these days. So.
Okay.
Love it, love it, love it.
Okay, so any more thoughts on how we should proceed forward or plan changes or anything?
Well, at that moment, there's actually a knock at the door.
Wait a minute. Are we? I gotta see.
You guys are in one of the shared rooms, but this is the room that Assad, Mia, and Samson were sharing.
Who's by the door? Is that me?
You're by the door, yes.
All right, I'll open it.
And you see Theron. Oh, hello, Sunrise. Is X in there?
He is.
Excellent.
Well,
He kind of leans his head in. X, you asked the Dreadnought to learn some of the goings on the ship.
Did I?
Yes, you want to learn how some things were done.
You're right. You're right. You're right. I do recall.
He's asked me to show you some things since I currently have no duties, but I am aware of all the duties on this ship. Whenever you have time.
Okay. When I finish up down here, I'll come find you there.
Excellent. I'll be in my quarters just at the other end of the deck, down here.
Solar says before he goes, Darren, question.
Yes.
Do you track the moon at all? Like, do you watch it by any chance?
Which moon?
Both or either.
I keep an eye. Not as much as I used to in my youth, but when the sky is clear and my head is clear, I like to pay attention.
Have you noticed any changes over the past few months?
Let me roll the dice for him and see.
Brian, how long has it been since we released her?
Oh, it's been a while.
3 months?
At least 3. I gotta double check. At least 3 months. Probably much longer than that, actually.
Feels like it should be much longer. Seeing how it's been like 3 years.
Yeah, I want to say it's. I gotta double check, but it's been more than 3 months. I know that. I gotta check.
Well,
the
I
grand
I tell him the time frame, the accurate one.
Okay. Oddly enough, yes. The shattered moon or the crying moon, depending on how you describe it, its orbit seems to have changed a bit. It's hard to say until it's been a little longer, but it seems like it's closer.
To the Earth?
Yes.
Or
to Elestria, yes.
Elestria. It is the Earth. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Yeah.
It seems like it, but it'll be another few months before I will know for certain.
If you have some time and are willing to do so, would you mind trying to dig into the history of that moon and how it might relate to dragons?
The dragons? Certainly. That'd be quite fascinating.
Let me know at your leisure.
Not a problem.
Well, more so before we meet the other ship, but, at your leisure.
Understood, Sunrise.
All right.
And he makes his way back down the hall.
Laura closes the door and turns back to the group. Grandma, not needed. All right.
So, what would you all like to do? The DM asked the Misfits.
Yeah, if there is no, are we doing anything as a group? Do we need to continue planning for Azrael? If not, I'm gonna go take Karen's offer.
I say we just got a lot. Maybe we should all kind of think and then like reconvene a little later just to check in, see if anyone has any changes and thoughts.
Yeah, I was gonna kind of say the same thing. Like, we should just take our own time to process.
Well, I'm gonna go drive the boat.
Okay. On that note, Solar politely bows.
He's gonna drive the boat as I drop in the X token. Okay, so X makes his way to find Theron. Is the group just spending their day? Or do you have anything specific anyone else wants to do?
Solar's, maybe let's get spicy and just like watch. See, you can see one of the moons during the day, right?
Yes.
All right, she's gonna get spicy and see what she sees.
Okay. The shattered moon is visible during the day.
All right.
I need to name these moons. Well, decide on a name. I have a couple that I'm bouncing around, but I'll do that since that seems to be a topic that's going to keep coming up. Who else is getting spicy with Solor?
Oh, I wasn't putting it out.
So Solor is going up top to get a little spice in her life. Where on top deck are you spicing it up? Are you going on top of the Dreadnought's abode? Are you going to one of the crow's nests? Up top?
I'll bring some pillows and get comfy.
Nice.
Question: All right, never mind. Go ahead. At some point, I want to talk to my visage before the spice wears up.
Okay, I did want to make this clarification on the visage. while the visage is not summoned, it can see into. It exists on the astral plane, and it can see. Huh?
That's what I thought. Go ahead.
It exists on the astral plane when it's not summoned. When it is summoned, it cannot see into the astral plane.
Oh.
It can still see the. It can see what. It can see these spice enhanced things, but it's not fully capable of seeing what it would have if it weren't there.
But when I'm on Spice, it's still in the plane, right? The astral plane.
It's in the astral plane. That's why you can see it and can communicate because you're on Spice.
Right. Okay.
But if you were to summon it, you would see it physically, but it would no longer be able to see all of the things you can see on Spice. It has a weird connection because of what it is, but there's a reason why I made this clarification. I forgot exactly what it was, but I'm sure I'll know if it comes back up. There's something that was important for this clarification. So keep that in mind, and if it comes up, we'll know why it happened.
So I can talk to it while I'm on Spice, but if I summon it to do something on our plane, it can't see its plane. It can just see the Spice enhancements.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so you go up top. What's everybody else doing? Or you guys are spending the day? Because you don't have to do it. We have 4 days to pass. You don't have to do 100 things every time if you don't want to.
Can I do my song?
Same day. It has not been a new day since your last performance.
Okay.
Going up top to look for whales or something.
You guys are in the sky, actually. The ship is flying.
Yeah, that's why I'm not fishing.
I'll go look for birds, I guess.
Okay. Davina is bird watching. All right, so Laura hanging out with the pillows. Davina bird watching with the crew.
Samson's gonna walk around and see if he hears anybody else singing and try to put on some new songs.
There's some sea shanties going on, but beyond that, not a lot of random upspring singing.
I'll spend my day popping my sea shanties.
Okay. Mia's going to go back and work with the artificer or the other alchemist here. So that's how he's going to spend his day. Anything from Midas before we get everyone doing things. Okay, nothing from Midas. 1 second, just getting these tokens together. Gotta get rid of the old ones for the new ones. But alright, X, you make your way down the hall to Theron's room.
Knocks on the door.
Okay, door opens. Ah, there you are. Great. And you see he has a bunch of bags on his back and on his arms, and he hands you like 5 or 6 of them.
What are these for?
Well, first we're going to stock the weapons. We keep the weapons below. We're going to have to bring them up for the coming conflict. So the first step of this is showing you how storage works on an airship. It's very different than a regular ship. It's very important. In the coming conflict, being the speed you have, we may need you to gather resources, assuming we have yet to fully engage. Once it happens, I'm sure you'll be busy, but before that, your speed will be quite the eyesight.
Anywhere, quicker than you can even probably imagine.
Excellent. You may want to leave your staff here. It's going to get caught on the things down there.
Just give me a moment.
All right. And
So
he's adjusting, because you really just have like 3 bags on each shoulder, going across, and like 2 in his hands. And he kind of wants you to have the same amount of bags on you as well.
All right. So what I do is I run back to my room. Like, give me 2 minutes. Runs
Okay.
back to my room. Um, and is Midas in my room?
I don't know where he went. You're muted, Saeed, if you are talking. I don't think you are.
He's finishing changing the baby.
Okay. I guess he probably would have went to the room because he hasn't really gone anywhere else on the ship besides the room when he's not doing things. So for the point of this, we will say he just is in the room.
All right. I asked him to just watch the staff for me.
Okay.
As one of my most trusted friends.
Okay, cool. So you give him the staff. So Midas has your staff. I'm sure there's probably a joke involved, and he says he'll do it.
Of course. All right. Thanks, Midas. Runs back.
Okay. Theron gives you the bags. So we're going to fill these with bolts, arrows. We need to get the pieces to assemble the ballista. There's a few things. Will be a few trips, but should be a learning experience for you.
X looks around to see if there's any weapons of particular like interest.
Well, right now he's still in his room, so there's nothing like that in his room. But he tells you to follow him, and he begins to go below deck. There's a hatch he opens and begins to head below deck.
And my perception check, my perception is on right now. Let me roll.
Okay.
Or insight. I just don't want to.
Well, which one is it? They're different things.
Yeah, hold up. All right, so this is what I do. Thank you. So I tap my as I'm behind him and following, I tap my mind reader situation, just to make sure he ain't trying to funny.
Okay. So the surface talks you're getting, he's going through an inventory of things they need. We need bolts, we need swords, we need some grease for the ballista, we're going to need the parts to put it together. We should check in and ensure we have the rations for a sustained fight. They're going to need materials to fix the ship in case of combat. He's really just going through in mental inventory the things you need to get from down here.
Gotcha.
How long it should take, and how best to go about it. And you want to do perception or insight? Or neither?
I'm gonna do insight on him, and as we get below, I'm doing perception.
What are you looking for insight-wise?
Just make sure you're not trying to set me up.
So
Like if
roll.
I notice any like misgivings from him or anything.
Okay, there we go. Gotcha. No, it seems on the level. I mean, you've interacted with him a few times now. You've seen him around Solora. He seems genuinely showing you the ropes, like he's been asked, like you asked to have done, and he's filling a task on the ship and having you help with that, and trying to teach you a few things.
All right, cool.
All right, so he starts to go down. He says, "Oh wait, you can't see in the dark, can you?"
No, I can't.
Oh, that's all right. And he goes in his room and comes back, and he has kind of like a little candle with a so it's got a little lantern, but it's by a candlelight. And he lights it and hands it to you. Okay, and he takes like two of the bags from your left hand. You have to navigate your candle, but that should work for now.
Thank you. Are we downstairs yet?
You make your way downstairs now, and as you come down, down here is all of the. There's these suspended bags that are tethered to the ceiling and the floor. Kind of like punching bags, I suppose, maybe a little more bulbous. And he says, this is how we store things. Due to the changes in elevation, we cannot leave crates on the ground because they would fly into the air, so the usual tethering methods don't work. This way we keep things suspended and can ensure everything will be as we left it.
Interesting.
Now, there is a organizational system to this, but being that we are pirates and we must always plan for pirates, it's not exactly logical. For instance, all the closest ones around, and he points to these three, are just full of sand and nothing of value. Sand and glass, in case you reach your hand in there. Don't reach your hand in there.
X says wise, very wise.
One of one of my friend's earlier innovations. So follow me. And he begins working through the storage labyrinth, as it were. So the first things we're going to get are the crossbow bolts and regular arrows.
Hey, before we get to that, can we not bury the lead in the sand? And who were your friends?
You're not there. This is only
It's
X.
just me. It's just me. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got this, Chris. Don't worry.
Okay.
He's got it, Chris. He's got it. Don't worry. But he says, crossbow bolts and arrows. Fun fact, you can never have enough. Every fight I've been in, ship to ship, we always run out. Always. And we have stocked hundreds of arrows, either from them being shot, them being knocked overboard, people mistaking them from other things, people thinking they're loot. It's very high paced. I'm sure you've been in a lot of conflicts, X, but I do need you to just understand it's different on unsturdy ground. When the ground beneath you can literally fall out. Fires can be hazardous.
Are you the person on the ship that is? Are you the person on the ship that is solely responsible for this? Well, now being me, of course, as well.
Oh no, this currently isn't my responsibility, as I no longer hold an official position on the ship. But I volunteered to help with this, seeing that I know everything and this could better work for the crew. And you needed to be taught some things, and I have experience training new staff.
What position do you currently hold?
Solora's guardian of sorts.
Understand. How do you find working for Solara?
I don't work for her. I work with her.
I apologize.
Oh, that's kind of like asking someone, how do they find their daughter? It's at all times lovely.
I can agree after working with her and traveling with her for such a long time.
She is quite unique, and she is growing into quite the wonderful queen, I believe. And I think her interactions with you all is helping to broaden her perspectives a bit.
And don't sell yourself short. I'm sure that you've had some assistance in her guidance of making her making her a wonderful queen that she can be.
Oh, I do my best. It was my duty to help in her upbringing. I don't know if you know this. Make a perception check, X, because as he knows where he's going, he's turning corners kind of quickly, and you're kind of losing track of him a bit. You can still hear him fine, but he's kind of now getting lost in the story and kind of not being mindful of the fact that you are lagging a bit, that you don't know where you're going. 19. Okay, you managed to keep track of him. And he stops at one of the storages and unzips it and starts handing out arrows for you and bolts. Everything that she needed to learn, I needed to learn so I could teach it or help with it. So I've lived quite the life of the scholarly life for a while now. And it's very fascinating. Quite the change of pace from the pirating life. But also not that big of a departure. As a pirate, you must memorize sea charts. You must be able to tell your position that immediately from the stars. Landmarks, friends, foes, different ways to fly, different combat maneuvers. You know this. The life of a combatant is the life of study.
Mm-hmm.
Once you have about 4 bags filled, and 4 of his, he zips it back up. All right, now, we're going to need feathers to ensure that the fletchings can be refreshed if need be.
The what?
The feathers on the back of an arrow.
Okay. And those are also stored in one of these containers.
Yes, a different one. All right. And this time you're able to easily keep track of him as he's moving through. He unzips it, and you guys take in about 2 bags worth of feathers and string for the bows as well, and the crossbows. All right, we'll run these upstairs, and we'll come back down. Okay, and you guys pretty quickly do that. You go upstairs to the top deck. You start stowing them by the mast and tying them down, and then come back down for the next round of things. Okay, we're going to get some short swords and some throwing darts, which I find are very important in ship-to-ship combat. You can never have too many knives.
Is it okay if I take some of the throwing darts? I ran out of them a while back.
Of course. Part of this is to stock up yourself and your party. So if there's anything you need, let me know, and we might have it here.
And actually, the history check. Does any other misfit use throwing darts? Maybe Solara.
Solara might throw things. I feel like Samson needs throwing things. I'm not sure he has any ranged things. I think we keep running into that. You never have too many knives and throwing things. So I don't know that any of them have used them, but I'm not sure they would turn it down. You have the group dart on if you want to ask them.
Hey, anybody need some throwing knives? I'm down here in the weapons hold. Darts, throwing knives, feathers.
Yeah, I could definitely. Aside says, yeah, I could definitely make use of them.
Awesome. Anyone else? Going once, going twice. So, all right, X packs 10.
Okay, well,
Shit, I was muted.
what'd you say? What'd you mean to say?
I don't need them, but I'll take them.
All right, sounds good.
Solar says, I'll take some darts.
Good answer.
My bad. So sorry.
Give me a perception check to keep up with him, because he's moving a little quicker now that you guys are getting into a rhythm.
Okay. Well, actually, as I'm stopping to take the knives, I do say to him, "Hey, so."
Oh, you haven't taken the knives yet. You're trying to keep up with him. When you guys came back downstairs, he immediately started going to where he knows they are. So he bent the corner a little quick.
Gotcha. So I catch up to him. I start collecting my knives and darts.
19, you actually do not. You have lost track of him entirely down here.
With a 19?
Yes, you did. And he's still talking. Yes, and and it's kind of echoing because this is a pretty small, large place.
I ask him to slow down for me to learn how to do this properly.
Where have you gone?
I'm by the sandbags.
That's surprisingly unhelpful.
The first 3 that you showed me originally, right at the foot of the steps.
In a few moments, he comes back. This is larger than it looks. This is the size of the entirety of the ship, so try to stay close, X.
Will do. All right, X stays close to him. That's his goal right now.
Okay. And you get to the knife bag. He begins handing out throwing darts, short swords, and the like. So what were you going to say now that you're next to him doing this?
Yeah, looking for a very fine throwing dart. I want to find one that's special for the Sunrise Queen. As I also collect some others for my group.
You know, there's actually I have just a thing for her that I was going to give her today. She seemed a bit standoffish, so I was kind of waiting, but we're 4 days away from the conflict, and it'd be best if she got them and could start, practicing. And he, as he's handing you the regular thing, he says, just over here. We keep them a special place. As he begins moving to the next location. Go ahead and roll perception for me again.
Perception.
As you're following him, he makes a turn, and you make the turn, and he's gone again.
Excuse me, Darren. Gone again. I can't find you.
I'm right here, Axe. How can you not find me? You need to pay attention. This is going to be one of the things in combat that you have to be able to navigate this by yourself.
Hey, yo, what do I roll so I can make sure I pay attention to it?
Perception, you're doing it. I mean, You're doing your darndest, buddy. A roll of advantage because you were focusing on this entirely just so this wouldn't happen. So let's roll it again and see what you get. 19. Yet you don't know where he is. He says, X, I'm quite old. Centuries into my life.
Yeah, well, the issue is that this is only my second time down here. I'm gonna learn it better so I can keep up with you. But right now, I just don't have it. By the third time,
I see. But it's fascinating because you're so good at hiding yourself. I'd imagine that you would have been just as adequate following people.
Yeah, I would like to say that I am, but in a new space, location, nothing to track you with. The way the dice are rolling, I just don't have it.
So I see. Well,
Insight check, by the way. For the way he said you're so good at following people, or I would think. Damn it.
10. He seems to just be commenting on your skill set and your inability to keep up with him down here.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you attempting? Are you standing still and just trying to hear him out, or are you trying to navigate down here?
I'm trying to navigate so I can learn learn the lay of the land.
Okay, so this is where you are. Where would you like to go? Let me see if I can pull a grid up. That's one thing they really need to add is a viewable grid for. Which I don't need it. Every space is 5 feet. Every available landing spot, and all of the tether bags are 5 feet as well.
All right. I go diagonally behind X to his left. Yep, that way.
Okay. As you make your way going this way, you snag your arm on one of the bags and kind of cut yourself a bit.
I wipe my blood from. Am I bleeding?
It was like a small scratch.
Well, I still wipe my blood.
Okay. Still don't see him.
Darn, I don't see you. Can you help a monk out?
Again, X, you were just. I feel like it's in your talent set. I don't want to handicap you in any way.
X does when I do dark vision, I don't do any. You don't see any hand signals or anything, right?
I believe you are. You're using your what you call it to cast it.
I'm not casting right now.
I'm saying when you use your dark vision,
Yeah,
you're using key points to cast the spell. So there would be there's verbal, semantic, and material. So you would be saying things, moving your hands, and using materials to cast dark vision.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like he's just trying to trip me up.
So should you try to do that, you would do all those things. You do hear the sound of the above latch closing.
Oh Lord, I'm trapped. So this is what X does.
Theron says, "We really do need to hurry. There's other things I have to show you today."
So I just listen to where the latch closed and I run to that direction.
As I mentioned, it echoes down here. Give me a perception check, and we'll give me. You were following him, not so much following how you were moving around in here. 15. So you kind of feel comfortable that it's definitely forward from your current position. You feel like if you can get to a wall, you could probably follow it around.
All right. So all right, right now I'm walking slowly.
Okay.
I don't want to get cut again.
Mm-hmm.
And I am utilizing my memory because as a monk who is trained in this, I would be able to retrace my steps, Brian.
The same monk who made a point to say he had a bad memory to save Shalora's secret?
That we retconned that. Remember?
Did we?
We did
I don't think we did.
because it would have affected me going forward
The,
forever.
the issue is not your flash memory, which you have a great flash memory. The issue is that you were specifically trying to keep up with Theron. So your focus was trailing him, not so much memorizing the place you were going. You do know this place isn't very large, and you do, again, feel comfortable that if you get to one of the walls, you can simply follow a wall all the way around till you get to the steps. But as far as retracing your steps, you could do that, but you have to backtrack and then kind of come back around. Do you want to do that? You can backtrack and then try
No,
to.
I'll get to a wall. You gave me that hint. I'll get to the wall.
Okay. So you begin to make your way over when your candle goes out.
X closes his eyes because he adopted the dark at a young age.
Okay.
Doesn't use his dark vision. Listening intently, just in case there's any footsteps approaching.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see if there's anything I can roll right now besides perception. Actually, I'm rolling perception again.
All right. So disadvantage. What are you trying to do exactly? It's probably a disadvantage because you're in complete darkness now.
Well, this one is for my ears and just listening, just in case anyone.
Okay, that's fine. 23. You don't hear a single thing.
Yeah.
You hear the rocking of the ship, which is interesting because the ship still has a ocean-like rocking motion in the air. And you do feel, outside this moment, you felt that was just to keep the pirates calm because they're used to being on a rocking ship. So you can hear that sound, the sound of the wind outside, but nothing else. You can hear people walking above you on the upper decks, but nothing down here.
Yeah. So the next thing I say is, hey team, mentally, I am currently lost at the bottom of the ship. Same place I was getting these daggers from for you. Can anyone help a monk out?
As you reach out to the group thought, it is not there.
These motherfuckers.
Oh damn.
X says in his mind. He struck first. Alright,
You know, I've reached this old age with certain principles, certain ideals that have kept me alive. I find that when someone seems to be hunting you, it's often best to make the first move.
what do you mean?
Oh, it's quite simple. I don't know exactly what you think you saw, but I know you think you saw it. And there's a stabbing pain across your leg.
Oh shit, son!
What is this?
No, no.
As you take
Dang man, somebody about to die tonight. I hope it's not Aaron.
Let me re-describe this. There's not a sharp pain. There's not a sharp pain across your leg. There's a sharp pain through your leg as Theron plunges his rapier through your calf and back out as you take 36 points of damage.
Oh
God.
shit!
Damn,
Oh, the
no.
fight is on. Oh, the fight is on.
Oh no.
Oh, the fight is on.
Good luck, X.
And as you turn to look, he's not there.
Alright, hold up.
So tell me, what do you think you saw? And what do you think it means?
So at this point, X, hold up. So did I physically feel someone, or was it like something?
Oh no, a sword went through your leg. That wasn't magic. That was real.
All right. So at this point, X does cast Dark Vision.
Okay. You can now see, but you still don't see Theron.
Yeah. Let me just take these. Hold up 1 second.
Yep.
Got me as I'm trying to watch the Sixers.
This has been put off for weeks because you haven't been available.
You've been gonna be stabbed.
Yeah, yes. This has been on deck.
I'm stabbed on my back.
All right.
This is a rock that was thrown in the ocean a little while ago. And the wave's just been cresting.
Bitch ass motherfucker.
So, your question, Darren?
What is it you think you saw, and what do you think it means? And we're now in a
Yeah.
loose initiative, X. So what are you doing for your turn?
You said I get the roll initiative?
We're in initiative. He struck first.
All right, cool. So I ready uh um Fury of Blows.
Flurry. Fury or flurry?
It's flurry, I
Flurry.
think. So essentially, you ready to flurry of
Yeah.
blows is a bonus action.
It is. I'm just ready to like strike this mofo multiple times.
So you can strike twice when you attack. You can't ready you can ready an action. You can't ready in a bonus action. But you can use your key
The
points
action
in
I
this.
ready is to punch someone in their throat.
So if you see Theron, you're going to punch him. Is what you're readying
In his throat.
in his throat specifically.
All right.
Not specifically. No, I just
I want
wanna
to say
punch
because
him
do you want? Okay, because I
in-
I was
Don't
about to-
say excellent. No, no, no.
Right, do you really want to aim this shot? Because that makes it harder if you really aim
No,
this
I'm
for
not-
some
I'm not
reason.
aiming it. I'm not
Okay,
aiming it.
okay,
I'm not
okay.
But
So
the goal will be to make contact so I can stun.
any movement? Are you staying where you are?
I am moving. I am moving all of my movement, which is like what, 65 feet, to the front, like forward, hoping to go towards the front, the stairs.
Okay. 5, 10, 15. You find him pretty quickly.
Okay. All right. Seeing the stairs, I now,
It only took
Walk.
20 feet of movement to get there.
all right. So I'm now using the rest to get up the stairs. And as I'm walking,
15 more
I'll
feet.
say,
You'll say.
what do you mean? What I saw? What did he say exactly?
What do you think you saw, and what do you think it means?
Darren, what are you talking about? I was on the ship most of the time high. What I saw, I don't know. I saw a lot of shit. I saw 4 arms from the astral plane.
As you reach the top and try to push open the latch, it does not open.
At this point, I will take my dagger and I will try to break through the door.
Well, so
My
here's
sword-
so what is your action going to be? Because you can't be holding the punch and doing this with your sword.
Oh,
So do you want to turn around the steps and ready the punch, or do you want to try to get the latch open?
I can't ready 2 actions, right?
No.
Can I do a if and or if or?
Yo, dog, you trying to code this shit?
Right? I don't think it's in your knowledge base, so I'm gonna say no.
I feel like that was a slight.
It's not.
I know Excel.
Woo, that was really far from what we're talking about. So what are you gonna do?
Right. All right, cool.
All right, so I bang loudly on the door. You know what?
So
You know what? Instead of doing that, because did I notice anyone coming down near that door as I was coming down it?
I mean, just the usual traffic down here. Nothing like outside of that.
All right, and is he talking to me mentally or out loud?
Hello.
Out loud. All right, so I'm assuming he's still in here. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm not even banging on the door. I turn around and I take a sip of. I take one of my potions.
What potions? The healing potion?
Yeah, one of my healing potions.
Okay.
I'm gonna look and tell you which one right now.
Thank you.
It says 0 next to all of them, but I swear I didn't give everybody all my potions.
I feel like you definitely kept. You definitely kept some. You didn't give all your potions away.
You gave him the Midas, all of them, every single one.
Have you used potions? I think you used them at some point. Not all of them, but
I didn't.
You're like,
need-
Midas, take my potions. It's like,
he did give you his staff, by the way, Midas. Because Theron told him he needed be able to carry bags, so he had him drop his staff off in the room.
Drop my staff off.
His staff. He doesn't have his staff with him.
Oh, his rift breaker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mighty starts raking rifts. No. Rift breaking, rift breaking.
Yeah. Theron was able to get him to leave that upstairs.
Easily. With me reading his mind and looking at him for intent somehow.
You read his mind after he asked you to put that away. After you went, put it away, and came back is when you read his mind. For the record. At that point,
All right,
he was
let me
thinking.
have one of these potions of superior healing, man. I know I got something.
Okay, well, say you have that one, so you take that.
So what do I roll?
Oh, what's it say?
Oh, now it's gone. Now it's not on my list anymore. Right, you cheating me all around tonight, huh?
7d10.
7d10?
No, I'm playing around. I tried to help you. I think it's like a possible 40 or something like that, right?
Let me see. Potion of...
8d4 plus 8.
There you go. Okay.
A possible 40. It wasn't all.
I'm really happy we finally got to this moment, though.
Me too, because he's going to kill Theron.
I'm certain.
Now, hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Slices Achilles. Both of them. Both.
Alright. This sucks.
So 17 plus 8?
Yep.
Okay, so I believe we settled on potions or bonus actions. I believe is what we settled on. So that's a bonus action to use your drink your potion.
Okay. So I'm still holding my action?
So are you? Is that what you're doing? Is holding your action to punch Theron in the face should you see him?
Punch Theron, period. Yes.
Yes, to punch Theron should you see him.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's the end of your turn. Theron says, "Oh, come, X, don't pretend either of us are naive. Saw something, and then for almost a day straight, I couldn't find you. It is odd. It's not a very large ship."
You think I'm busy plotting to kill a dragon, maybe?
No, I know everyone else was but you.
Theron. Brian, I really wasn't hiding from him.
No, actually, the day that you saw it, and the day you didn't play, you said you were going to spend the rest of the day hiding and trailing Theron. Your exact words were, "I'm spending the rest of that day trailing Theron," which you did. You rolled perfect stealth, and you were just literally no one could find you because you were following him everywhere.
Gotcha.
Per
But I
your,
can't follow him downstairs, huh?
he wasn't trying to avoid you then. But so as he says that, you hear the sound of something striking the stairs behind you. He says, "I see you're lucky too. That's a good trait." Your turn.
It's my turn, you say.
The DM says.
All right. Theron, I can tell you this. Whether there was anything about you that gave me cause for concern, there was nothing to make me want to harm you, if that's what you think, because of the importance you have on the Sunrise Queen's life, a friend of mine. Please understand this deeply.
And any action or bonus action or movement.
So I go to ram the door.
Give me a strength check. Well, actually, I don't know if it's better for you or not. You can give me athletics because that adds stuff instead of just being the base. Give me athletics. You have a +3 on it.
Oh yeah, just now I did it. I did a saving throw just now actually.
Oh, that was wrong anyway. So yeah, just give me an athletics check.
Can I keep my save?
You cannot. But as you knock into the door, pretty much the moment you make contact with it, you start hearing stomping above deck, essentially right above the door, and you hear a song break out. You hear.
There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was a belly of tea.
Yeah, I'm dying.
Is Sansa performing?
Sansa finds this very quickly. And Sansa was looking for just this.
Damn, can Solar hear this where she is?
The song? Yeah, they're singing below deck. They just.
Solar starts like doing like the next.
They point to you. Soon may the weatherman come to bring us something and rum. One day when the weather gets fine, we'll take our leave and roll. They point to Samson.
That's
Midas
hilarious.
is dancing around with like a big gigantic mug of ale.
And there is liquor being handed out. It seems to be like essentially a flash mob party.
And X's riff breaker.
Yeah, that tracks. That tracks. So X, as soon as you ram against it, you hear this upstart party happen. And it's now very loud down here too. And you also get the impression no one's going to hear you knocking on this door no matter how loud you do it.
All right.
And you hear from the ether there and say, right on time. What are you doing, X?
I just repeat what I said again, and I roll for persuasion. What the? 18. I'll take that.
18 is good.
Again, darn. I assure you, if there was any
Ignore that. Sorry, wrong sheet.
If there was any cause for concern, I assure you, it was gone because of your relation to Solora.
Okay, so Greg, my question to you: are you being truly honest? You have no intentions on any threat or danger towards Theron ever? Is he in the clear?
He's in the clear based off of my investigations, and I'm not done it. So like that's why there hasn't been an attempt on him, which X has stated.
So should you? So you say what you said to him just now is that his relationship with Solora shields her from any of your, Black Order wrath, regardless of what you find in the future. Like if you find out something else, would that trump?
Yeah, so there's a bit of a lie. So there are conditions.
Okay, so it's conditional.
Like
okay.
if he's one of the masters, Bull gotta go.
That's what I thought. That's why, because he rolled a high insight than your perception, so he can kind of glean. Gotcha. So now it's his turn, and he says, "Well, that's partially true, at least. But I'll need more than that." As you feel a dagger strike into your back, the back of your calf, actually, from below the steps. And you're, hold on, make a Constitution saving throw for me. Oh, wait, actually.
Nope. I did it already.
No, it is a con save still. Okay. Oh, no, actually.
Devon on this ship?
Is who?
It's Devon.
Not that you know.
I hear actually. A couple times.
Oh. That's a good one. As you are hit by this, your dark vision goes out.
Even with my con save situation?
So the con save will come at the end of your turn. And he says, you hear, wouldn't it be the first time the Black Order has tried to infiltrate the Faust family? And you wouldn't be the first one I put down. Your turn.
Darren, are you against the Black Order?
There's no answer.
Am I still reading his mind?
It's been more than 10 minutes. It's been more than 10 minutes. It's been more than 10 minutes.
All right, I use an action to use it again.
Okay. Surface thoughts are the surface thoughts are simply he's taken a terrible position on the steps there. That's as foolish as one could be. He's egregiously out of practice. If my intent were to kill him, he would be such. This is needed, but I did not know how productive it is.
I go deeper. Are you still?
That's a save for him. Hold on. What's the save on that? Do you know? Should I pull it up really quick?
I don't. I don't have that. Actually, hold up.
The song's still going, by the way. Upstairs.
What is this thing called again?
Detect thoughts.
No, I got the item.
Yeah, but the spell is the stuff on it's on the spell. It is a wisdom save. But I do think it tells you what the spell save is on the card. Or on the item.
Yeah, I don't got the item equipped. It looks like.
Let me see. I can tell you right now. Maybe I can't. Hold on, I'll pop over to Roll20 and check that really quick. In the meantime, how are you guys enjoying the pop-up sea shanty party?
I'm loving it. Out here dancing and shit, singing.
What's the Visage doing with this going on?
Oh, because you're high on spice. your Visage is loving it. Like, just really, like, trying to dance with people, but she can't. But she's pretty much just dancing around through it all, dancing. And since you're high, Shalor, you're seeing the music flow and bounce off and the echoes of it. What you're seeing is fascinating. Actually, you know what? Give me a perception check really quick. And it's a 13 is the spell save for this, X.
Is it what?
A 13 spell save to see if you can push deeper or not.
Okay. He has to do it, right?
Yes. He has to beat 13. He does not. So what was your question? Did you ask them?
Yeah. Are you I asked him, are you against the Black Order? You mentioned that you it's not the first time you tried to infiltrate.
Not great.
Okay. You're just seeing all the things flash by and you're just in the moment. Let me see what you get when you push deeper. You get the emotional state, something that looms large in their mind. Either way, he knows you're reading his mind. The emotional state is eerily calm, I would say. And I'll give you something that looms larger than what his mind went to when you asked the question. Looming large in his mind right now is evaluating whether or not you are a threat to his life and whether it makes more sense to kill you now and have to explain it to your friends or to risk you killing him later, like you did Jericho.
He knows I killed Jericho?
That's what you get.
Me and Laura gotta talk.
And like you did the other guy you poisoned. When you ask, is he working with the Black Order or is he a friend to the Black Order? I'm sorry.
Is he against them?
Okay. As you ask, is he against them? There's kind of a sarcastic laugh in his deep thought of how simple and young this child is to view the world as such a black and white concept. I have lived centuries.
Sounds like your whole man.
What was is not what is, and not what shall be. He's a very deep thinker. um,
Why do you always walk in circles and not speak your
you're
name?
not there, sir. You are enjoying the sea shanty, but the overall thought is simply he is no friend to what it is now.
All right. So in hearing this, X says, Saren, I can assure you, from what it seems like I'm hearing now, from your deepest thoughts, if you are not working with the Black Order, I can assure you that there is no current threat on your life. What I said about Solora does ring true. I could have been touched you, but I decided not to, due to the fact that you are a guardian to Solora. And I would not want to cause her any pain, and that is why I did not harm you, touch you, and I have left you alone.
And did you take a turn? You haven't taken a turn because the whole thing happened. So,
I used my
you used the
action to
medallion.
follow.
Okay. Any movement
How
or
much-
bonus action?
How much damage did he do to me?
Oh, I did not roll damage for that. That
Donut.
did. um, 29 points of damage.
All right.
So, and do you stay where you are or do you move?
I do move. I head to the steps. My
You're on
back
the
to
steps,
I
though.
head down the stairs.
Okay.
I go to the back corner, my back to the wall.
Okay. You can do that easily enough. His turn, you hear, do not pretend that your mistake in waiting was some kind of mercy. Your naivety is what held your hand. I, on the other hand, have no issue causing Solora emotional trauma should it save my life. You'd be wise to adapt the same if you wish to stay alive. Feelings can mend the body. Injury pending cannot.
Have you met Solara?
I have raised Solora, you child.
Yeah, those feelings don't mend too well. But in my travels with her and the rest of my pains, my heart has softened. You call it naivety. But I have learned to grow with this family. And in growing with this family, I know that I will not want to cause a scar that might not be reversible or might not be able to heal.
Roll persuasion with advantage. Oh, you can finish your statement, though.
Hence the reason why you are not touched.
15. So, after you finish that, and you're in the darkness, you got your fist balled up, ready just in case, back against the wall, saying this out, you feel a rapier blade just kind of come down the side of your face and on your neck. And as you look up, you see Theron, feet plastered against the two sides of the wall, one hand posted into the pretty much pinned Spider-Man style against the wall. Or more Batman, I guess, because he's just using the suspended punching bag storage in the two walls behind you to hold himself in the air. Mm-hmm. He says, I am satisfied, X, that you will do me no harm. But know this, should you somehow manage to kill me for whatever reason, that your death would swiftly follow by a layer. You may ask Shalor who that is at your convenience. And he hops down and he snaps his fingers and your candle relights.
Who is a layer?
And he puts the rapier away and says, now, these are key blockers, and he pulls out a dart. Should you hit a monk with this, they lose access to their key abilities. Should a monk throw this, they are able to use their key abilities on the target hit. Some for you, some for Solora, some for Mir.
How many is some?
Enough!
Blank.
You can tell, he just laughs and says, enough, we're going to fight a dragon, we need all the resources we can get. Cheer up, you're alive. Today is a blessing, a gift even.
Goodbye, Theron.
No, we still have work to do, X. We have many things to get.
I will work tomorrow. You just try to kill me.
You will work today or not at all, and I did not try to kill you, X. I did not kill you, is what happened here. Don't be so puffy about it.
X cast mental calmness.
That's not a thing. Listen, X, don't take this the wrong way. It needed to be done, and I'm sure you understand that.
Just continue showing me what to do.
Excellent. And
After, wait. I will run upstairs and I'll be back.
as you go up, the door is still locked. Oh, it still does not move. Down the steps first. I need to go up and get them open.
X comes down the stairs.
He goes up and he bangs on it a few times in a rhythmic pattern, and you hear someone say, "And that is the sea shanty of the Dreadnought. Great, right? All right, everyone, go back to fucking work." And it opens.
Right. X goes upstairs, says, "I'll be back." Sees the crowd.
The crowd dispersing, yeah, at that point.
But he sees Midas, big ass. Runs up to Midas, grabs the Rift Breaker angrily and says, "I'll be back." And then goes back downstairs.
Okay. So you come back down with the Rift Breaker in hand. Theron looks at you oddly. And what is that for?
I'm not getting trapped down here again, just in case. I'm not saying you're going to try to kill me, but just in case you try to kill me again.
Well, should I try to kill you again, I'll just take the Rift Breaker from you before you can use it.
Okay, well, we'll cross that bridge if you try to kill me. But right now, please continue showing me what's necessary.
X, you have my word. My word goes a very long way.
It's hard to take the word of somebody who just tried to kill you. Let's keep working.
Is that really so?
X is silent.
Did not peg you for the sensitive type, X. Not in your business.
After traveling with my group, my heart is soft.
Oh, well, that's good. Growth. And the two of you continue to gather the rest of the armament. It takes a few hours, but Theron makes no further moves on you. And unless you make any on him, it passes without issue. You are shown the entirety of the holds.
I do ask him what was his role with the Rift Breaker. I mean, with the Black Order.
Oh, now, X, we put that to bed. Let sleeping dogs lie, shall we?
Sure.
No need to rile you up. And he kind of like dots your nose a few times.
X does this. As he tries to touch his nose.
Okay. Well, you gather all these things. The sea shanty ended. Everyone went back to what they were doing. Solora being high and give me a perception check for the moon, Solora, with advantage. As you are hanging out with your Visage, moon gazing.
Okay.
7.
Wait.
Oh, with advantage, yes, to roll again. Yes,
Yeah.
sorry.
All right, there we go. A little better.
22. You see why they call it the Weeping Moon, as you are seeing something that seems to be dripping off the moon and down to Elestria. It's thin and it's sporadic, but it does fully remind you of a crying face. It's fascinating as you watch it because it's rhythmic. The more you see it, the more you feel like you are falling into a trance. Roll me a Constitution save.
Alright. Well, I'm saving. Can I see, like, any idea, like, where it looks like it's going?
Not really. It's like trying to track a shooting star. The perception, being that it's a round world, the perception just seems to kind of get lost on the horizon. 17. You're fine. As you are staring at this, you feel some kind of pull towards it, but you kind of shake it off. And, woo, I'm high. Kind of slap your face a bit. But you definitely get the feeling that whatever this is, it is coming to the Earth. But you can't really tell where or how or in what amount, really, or if you're just really fucking high.
So, I ask the Visage.
The Visage, looking at it, looks really sad. She says, as you may or may not know, my existence began with your mastery of your abilities. So I don't know much more than you do at the moment of my creation. But I don't know if this makes sense, but it feels very, very sad.
Flora says, keep an eye on it. Just keep an eye on it for the next long while.
She nods. And at this point, X and Theron make their way up to where you are, as X is carrying a telescope with Theron. Yes, we'll put it. No, well, actually, he did get stabbed up quite a bit. Though he took the potions.
I took one potion.
You took one
I don't know
potion.
if I was carrying shit for Theron, by the way.
You don't know what?
I don't know if I was carrying shit for Theron.
Well, no, that's part of the things that are being brought up. So
right.
he has some things with him too, but yeah, X would have the wounds. I assume X would have taken some time to maybe wrap them, but if he did wrap them,
I
he has.
bloody. I know if there's bloody.
Oh, what the fuck?
You've just been dripping blood this whole time. It's been hours.
If it were me, I would have done that too. Made a whole fucking show.
No, that's fine. I mean, so X is bleeding as he comes up there. It does not seem to be life threatening, but he is bleeding. Put it right there.
So Laura kind of jumps up at X. What happened?
The love for you, Solara, my friend.
I'm sorry. What was that?
The love for you happened.
No, I meant why are you bleeding, X?
Because I have learned to appreciate your friendship. It's the only reason why I'm bleeding, and not anyone else.
I don't know what that means, X. I don't like that answer. Why are you bleeding?
Theron whipped my ass.
I'm sorry? So Laura turns to Theron like, what the fuck?
Theron just says, "Oh, it was nothing so dramatic."
But so Laura, that Will Smith thing where he's like pointing, like, what? This is like a clear thing here. He's dripping through his pants.
Well, for some reason, he has chosen not to see through his wounds. I can't explain that at all. He's very odd, though. A very odd fellow, so I suppose that's why he's chosen to walk around bleeding.
Where do these things go, Theron?
The telescope will go right over there.
Mm-hmm.
So Laura, X, do you need a potion?
No, I'll sleep it off.
Sleep it off? Is this a magical wound there?
It is what it is. I get a full recovery in the morning.
Okay, I'm gonna need some answers. What the fuck is happening here? And X, why are you walking around dripping blood? Clean
yeah,
yourself.
I would love that. I would love to speak with you about this, particularly you, Solara.
I'm showing X around. And the telescope is you asked me to keep track on the moon, so I want to install this up here before I forget, so I can start paying better attention to it. But X has learned where the cargo hold is, where all the important things for combat are stored, and when we enter this coming fight, he'll be able to help us stay equipped and in the fight.
Laura tries to talk to X in the group thought.
He's not in it. So what are you saying in the group thought?
X, what the fuck is going on here?
Everyone hears that, and there is no response from X.
bitch ass.
What is going on here?
Yo, my pride really has taken a blow. I feel like after the Assad fight.
Who do you say what is going on here too? Is it Allowed or is it in the group thought again?
It's allowed to Theron and X. And she turns to Theron specifically. Why did you cut X?
It wasn't Theron. There's like sharp objects downstairs. Yada yada yada.
He doesn't pay very much attention. It's surprising.
Insight.
I got
Okay, still fully believe that shit.
Not only like you.
A tough teacher, so instead of allowing me to follow him, he allowed me to learn the hard way. It's pretty dark down there.
Very dark, and he lacks dark vision. So he was using a candle, and the candle went out, and well, it's just unfortunate all around. But he's fine. We'll sleep it off, as he said. And everyone else, you guys have seen X going up and down, bleeding everywhere. If you guys wanted to comment on that, you have seen X walking around bleeding for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Laura just looks like X. You gotta be careful, man. You gotta be careful. And just like sits back down.
Yeah, gotta be careful.
Let me know if you need help wrapping those up. I'm sure there are plenty of things on the ship to help you out.
Actually, if you can come to me and Midas quarters, greatly appreciate it. Or I can go to yours.
Right now?
No. At some point soon.
All right, I'll find you when the spice wears off. Unless you need
Oh, you're high right now.
Are you high right now?
And for that matter, Solora, roll the insight check for your Visage, who is very curious about what's going on here, and is like walking around Theron and X, looking at X's wounds.
18.
The Visage bends down and like is by X's injured leg. That wasn't
walking to the side.
He's like, that wasn't a cut. That's a weapon strike. And then she kind of like walks over. This blood, he can't. There's no blood on Theron's weapon because he has sheaths for that. But she says, this is a wound from a sword of sorts. He's lying.
Slur stands back up. Says, X, can I approach you for a second?
Yeah, everyone's been approaching me lately. Sure.
Theron says, you can just leave those there, X. We're done for the day.
Hold, please. So, what's her hand up for Theron?
X drops the bags, like as if he's having a hissy fit.
Okay.
He just walks off.
Wait.
Well, Solora's walking towards you.
Oh.
And Solora like bends down and like goes to reach out to your leg and then says like, "May I?" Like she doesn't want to just touch you.
Yeah. Go ahead. Everyone else has been. Never mind. That's so weird.
What is happening? Okay. So Solora like inspects his leg and is just like, and stands back up like actually angry now.
Yeah, you were fully aware that is not what he and Theron just said it was.
Yeah, Solora is like seething at this point.
Theron is currently focused on getting the telescope set up.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to my room, Solara. You can follow if you would like. But I'm gonna go to my room. I really need to rest. As you can see, I'm bruised and battered by those sandbags down below.
Sure, I'll be down next.
Okay, so
Solora like stomps the fuck over to
Okay.
Is his back to her?
It is.
She like taps his shoulder. Excuse me.
Yes, so much.
Why the fuck did you stab X?
He looks at you and he says, I assure you, I did not.
Oh. Wow.
You may roll insight if you'd like.
So, where's my massage in all of this?
looking aghast. Like, what you just did was you massaged it.
I'm rolling sight again.
I think anything you say above table is going to be what your massage reacts at.
Okay. That's for me, and I guess this is for her. Oh,
Okay.
two of the same. Okay.
So you both look at each other because you both fully believe what he said.
What?
Like you know him your entire life, and you know when he's lying. You don't get the impression that he's lying at all, but you know what you saw. You know X has a sword wound.
How did he? What did he get stabbed with? Because it was certainly not just a. What did he say the first time?
Sharp things down there.
Sharp things? Like how?
Well,
it went through his leg.
We've been moving swords and short swords and arrows and bows. I haven't been and bolts. I haven't been keeping exact watch over the boy. He's grown. If he dropped a sword or one of the bags of swords, that could happen. I thought he was dexterous. He's a monk,
Laura
is he not?
Kind of shakes her head inside and says, "He's a sensitive soul. You get it." And then just walks back over to her phone.
He picked up everything quickly enough. I didn't know he was going to injure himself, but he is quite astute, if that makes you feel any better about it. A little wound won't stop his stride, I don't think.
Did you offer him help, though? He looked really upset. You just let him
No,
walk
I
around
didn't.
like
I didn't
that?
want to insult him by offering help, Laura.
His feelings are hurt now. Now I gotta go.
I am sure he will be fine. I'm sure the knowledge he has now, and that elevates his position on the ship. I'm sure he'll enjoy people actually be able to feel comfortable asking him for help. Because now the ship knows that he knows things, and that makes him more part of the family. I thought he'd enjoy, joining this larger family.
Brian, do I need to roll a Arcana check? How do you drop? Can you drop yourself out of the group thought chat?
I would say yes, you can leave it. I would say you can mentally leave, but you cannot get back in without Samson recasting
Okay.
it. But again,
Okay.
you can think outside of it. You can control whether you want to be thinking in it.
No. I'm thinking. About X.
Okay.
Maybe he.
So yes, you can remove yourself from the group thought if you'd like.
All right. So.
Well, hold on. Actually, that's not how magic works. No, you cannot. It would have to be Samson to drop it. You can't end an effect on yourself at will. You can think separately, but you cannot pull yourself out of it unless Samson drops you out of it.
Can I roll Arcana to see if I know how you can be disconnected, other than the whole thing being dropped?
Roll an Arcana check.
22.
22. Well, quickly going through what you know, there is no way to. This isn't an attack spell. This is something that you're doing by choice, and it's not something that you can there's no spell save for this because you chose to be in it, and it's not a harmful thing. So the only thing you could possibly think of that would break the connection to the arcane would be Arcane's Bane. Or potentially dispel magic, but that would have to be cast on Samson on X.
So Solar says.
Well, that's not true. Dispel magic would do it as well, but they would have to know that there was something to dispel.
Solar says. She jumps back up again, and says, "Are the weapons here?" She gets closer. She says, "Are the weapons down there? Do they have arcane bane?" Oh.
No, we don't have a supply of arcane bane weaponry.
Oh. Alright, so Laura just looks really freaking confused now and just sits back down and says, "Alright, I need to wait till this wears off."
Okay. So, what's everyone else doing with the day? Anything else on the schedule? I know X wants to talk to some people probably, but
can Laura change her mind and get up again and go see X?
Yeah, absolutely. So you get up and you make your way over to X, which is down in the room. This is the Dreadnought token, by the way. I don't know if everybody saw it or not.
Oh, cool.
But you make your way down to the cabin where X is there, and anyone else who wants to be in that cabin can be as well. As once again, you have seen X walking around bloody for some reason.
All right. Can we go to anybody else? I don't want to take a
How did he get out?
Say again?
How did he get out?
Theron, let him out. But is anyone else doing anything else they'd like to do before we get to Shalora coming back to X?
X is brooding. That's all X wants to do right now.
Is he in the room?
Yeah, X goes to the room he's brooding. But if anyone outside of this room first wants to do anything, that being Davina, Asad, or Samson, if you had anything on deck you'd like to do.
Can I see on deck?
You are seeing some birds. You guys are kind of flying above the clouds, so there's not a ton. But you are seeing... Actually, give me a perception check, because there's a lot of random things up here that are keeping the distance from this very large flying ship.
Oh wait, D&D Beyond.
Yes.
You roll for me then.
No problem. I'll roll for you. Let me get this up. I gotta say that X Theron interaction went pretty close to how I thought it would.
I was like, wait, is he setting me up?
Yes, he was. Let's see. Did it pop up for you guys? I rolled it. Let me refresh my little log here. No, it didn't. Hold on. Let me see a thing. Let me roll again. I rolled a 17. I'm going to roll again and see if it'll pop up this time. Okay, we'll keep it at 17, but it popped up this time. You're seeing, you've seen a very, very large, couple of giant eagles flying about up here. They seem to come above the clouds, follow you off for a bit before descending back down about their business. You have seen what you swear was a person riding a large bird that kind of came above the clouds, saw you all, and then just turned the opposite way, seeming not to want to interact with whatever the fuck you guys are.
It was a flying person?
A person flying on a giant eagle. They seem to see you and not really want any, like, oh, what the fuck is that? Nope. Just going about whatever they were doing up here. But for the most part, it's pretty peaceful. The dice roll for today was a calm, uneventful day, so there's not much to see up here today. Assad, anything from you? Oh, anything else, Davina? I'm sorry.
I guess I'd go try to find everybody else since there's not much happening.
Okay, and you do see, as you decide to do that, you see X kind of going down below deck and bleeding about the ship. Some of the crewmates being like, why is he just tracking blood? What the fuck is wrong with these people? Someone like getting a bucket and throwing water on him and kind of like brushing it off the deck. Why would you do that? Why would he do that? But you make your way down to the room as you see see X bleeding all over the ship. Assad, anything from you?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I go follow behind X and I ask X, what happened?
I got my ass whooped. I actually before I actually have any conversation with someone else within our group, I need to have a conversation with Solar if you don't mind, and then I'll tell you everything.
So, we'll say slow as you're making your way down to X's room. You see X coming out of his room as was going to find you.
So we see each other.
Yes.
Awesome. So Laura, do you mind if we is there a place where we can speak in private?
Sure. I guess we go to my room.
Okay.
All right. Um, full story. Theron did whip my ass. I was set up. Um, and to let you know why, Theron suspected that I knew that he had some involvement with the Black Order, which I did have some suspicion. But I honestly did not touch Theron because I don't know if you know, but my goals have changed slightly. Where it's not just the Black Order that I'm intending to take out. I was naive when I took the journey with you all. There are more evils in this world than just the Black Order who are wielding their power to cause harm to lesser, or folks who are perceived to be lesser. Um, I found out Theron was a part of the Black Order, and he noticed, or used to be at some point. Were you aware of this?
So Solara is just. Mm, she just shakes her head no, like not surprised, but just like no.
Insight check.
I think she's telling the truth.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did not know.
Awesome. So in me finding out Theron was the part of the Black Order, I did have a moment where I could strike, but there were a couple of reasons, you being one of them, that I did not immediately strike. Not the only reason, but one of the reasons. I know how much he means to you. Um, so Theron basically caught wind of my suspicion of him, not knowing exactly what I'm imagining, but knowing something was up, and that I was trying to get some information on him, following him. Um, and so his thought was to strike first before I can strike at any point. Hence me being set up in that weapon area. Hence me coming out bruised and bleeding. Um, while I was trapped there, Theron did make some statements, and I just need to ask you some very important questions. I do not want to assume. One of the things that I caught from Theron when I was being set up was that he knew about my involvement with the disappearing of Jericho, knew about my situation poisoning the individual and that worked for Carrick. And I just want to know, were you the reason that he knew this information?
Um. So real quick, Solara wants to roll an insight check.
On which part of what he said? What are you trying to? What are you trying to see?
Because Theron just.
Oh, if he's being honest with what he just said. Okay, roll insight.
Yeah.
X roll persuasion.
I'm not lying.
That you're not, but you have to persuade her that you're not lying.
Oh, 21. 21.
Since I'm telling the truth, can I roll twice?
No, X. You are 100% certain that X believes everything he is saying, but you don't necessarily believe him over Theron. You're not getting the idea that you not from what he's saying. You not think Theron was lying, and you think X believes everything he just said. So that's kind of where it is. Your own decision on what that means to you. You decide yourself what that means, but.
Right. All right. Ooh, hold on.
X believes what he says. Theron did not lie to you. That's where you're at. It's a messy place to be.
That is very messy. Okay.
Hooray, dice rolls.
So, Solar is like, hold on. To answer your question, No, I didn't tell Theron those things.
Insight check.
It's true, so there's nothing for me to roll against that. So,
Well, didn't we decide that you told Theron everything you know about X? That along the way, you've been updating him on the Black Order's affairs, more or less, because you had him check in on
the affairs.
Well, the things of X related, because you had him check in on Arena, and you've asked him about the financier in Arena that you got, the information that you got from X regarding that.
Oh, right. So I told him about the Jericho thing? Would I? Because I would have only told him the actionable items.
This is why I asked you the other day what Theron knows about X and the Black Order.
So he would have known about that he was Black Order, but I mean, I don't know how I told him what to call it.
But there's relevance. The only reason why I think it would have came up is because it ended up having a negative effect on the group and the Michael situation and the Stevan situation, and why that's dangerous.
Okay, all right.
And the overlapping of that. So maybe not at the time, but since the whole Jericho Stevan thing, that whole fallout, maybe.
Okay. So Jericho, yes. What was the other thing you asked me about?
The poisoning of the guy in Kelstrom, which made you have to go to Nethermost and do the old catch the flag thing to save Carrick's life. That was very messy and very involved. Because X poisoned the guy.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. So then...
I feel like that would have definitely come up.
Yeah,
So those two things he would have gotten from you.
Oh, all right, retract that. So
just based on the splash effect of what they did.
Yeah. So Solara says he is aware of those two things.
Because of you. I'm aware that he's aware of them. Is it because of you?
Oh, yes. Well, I told him about it, so I would assume yes.
Lord, do you understand how difficult of a situation this is for me?
Which situation specifically, X?
I feel as if I cannot trust you. And I don't know what you said about our group in general.
Darren knows pretty much most things.
I know we, as a group, have never discussed what happens with the Misfits stays with the Misfits. But I would think that there's some level of respect in terms of what happens and what missions we carry out, where we keep it within our group. Are you reporting anything else about our group to Theron and anyone else?
So Laura puts her hand up and says, well, X, if you recall, neither of those things stayed with our group.
But it wasn't known that I was the person at World's End. I mean, on the World's End.
No, that tracks.
On the World's End?
The world did not know that X was the reason that these things occurred.
And the world still does not know.
I am a raised orphan, started going to the violin story once again, who, for a long time, after fleeing the group that kidnapped him, was hunted. I don't know my enemies that are out there in this world, Solar. So I ask if there's any information that's pertaining me, at least. Please do not spread it to anyone. I ask this respectfully, and I ask that you can trust, and that I can trust that I can continue working with you, so that our information stays within our group's ranks.
Well, X, I will tell you, I will not name names. However, I cannot promise you that I will not keep my what should I call him?
I don't know. I've been struggling with this too. He's more than a guardian. He's more than an advisor. I don't know what there's a word for this, but I don't know what it is.
Right.
Advisor.
It's more than that.
Dad advisor, I said.
Dad advisor.
No, confidant.
Well, so Laura says
confidant, tutor. It's more than a tutor. Okay.
Confidant.
There's a word for this. It's gonna bother me now. Now I gotta look it up.
Well, Solaris, like, with, I'll put it this way. Darren, it's his job to know everything about me, right? Which includes my goings on, because I am heir to a throne, to 3 thrones actually. So it would be impossible for me to say to keep him in the dark. However, I will. Now that I know there's potential conflict, I won't give up anything compromising about you to anyone.
I just have Will Smith in my head. Keep my name.
You can try. I mean, you can.
What does X say? What does X say? That's great.
I just ask that you practice decency.
I'm sorry.
I just ask that you practice.
No,
decency.
I heard what you said.
We go around as a group, and there's a level of trust that's necessary. And I just hope that you will respect that.
Laura steps up close to X, and like leans really close. And says, well, X, I hope you understand that actions have consequences, and keep those in mind from now on.
Is that really how you want to play this? By giving me a lesson in consequence?
Well, this is a lesson, X. Had you not done something that put our whole team in jeopardy, Darren wouldn't have known about it.
You are... X leaves. X leaves. We had 2 good sessions where they could be friends.
Do you go back to the room where you tell everyone you're going to come back to and talk to everybody?
I go back to my room.
Okay.
And I just say goodbye,
I'm gonna say
I can't. I don't know what to say, Solora, and that's when X leaves.
Shalor, are you going to the group conversation as well, or are you not?
Did somebody call for a group conversation?
I feel like you'd be aware that everyone's in the same room.
Oh, before I leave, can I say one thing?
What'd you say?
Sister Laura, that's very interesting how you say that. What I will say is, I will have to let the group know what happened in full detail. They are asking why I'm bloodied.
You can go for it, X.
All right.
I told you I wouldn't share any compromising information. I'm not sure what else you want, but just work. Don't walk around this ship dripping blood, please, if you don't have to.
X takes the blood from the gash from his forehead and throws it on the floor and goes back to their room.
Wow. Behind you, you see one of the crewmates just like, what the fuck is with that? Who does that shit? Do you go into the room as well, Solar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now X is back in the room with everybody else, and they've come back from their conversation.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say there was a call for a group meeting or no?
Not officially. Everyone's kind of made their way down here, which you noticed as you came down as well. There was no open call for it, but there seems to be a loose one gathering here. The group thought's still up if you want to ask about it, but there was no call for it, no.
Not really. No, I'm going to go find Theron, actually.
Okay. So, X returns to the room. Looks a little grumpy.
Sits on his bed in meditative state as he begins to, not meditative state, but like legs crossed, and he begins to like just wipe his wounds.
Well, actually, you know what? Whenever you're ready to share what happened, we'll be available.
Thank you.
Cut this soul shit out. Yo, what we here for, X? What's going on? You got your ass beat, it looks like. By
Yeah,
who?
by
Who we
that
fucking up?
bitch ass Theron.
Theron. It's Solaris Theron.
Yeah, yeah. That one.
Why he attack you, X?
You up like that?
How about this?
Might says to the side in his head only. He says, "You soft."
And I say,
I will see this. I was just set up by Theron. When I was on Spice, I learned that there might have been some ties that Theron had to the Black Order. I did not act on it, thanks to a previous conversation I've had with Oriana, where she made it seem like anyone can just be pointed out to me as a Black Order person, and I will just immediately go kill them. So I figured it would be best to do some investigation instead of just striking at Theron. Plus, Theron has some type of strong bond with Solara, and I would hate to upset one of our teammates.
So much venom in that.
That's not so true.
So yeah,
Black Order. Did you see a Black Order symbol above his head?
I saw a Black Order symbol above his head. Yes. And still in that, I wanted to do more investigations. Maybe he was a lower ranked member in the Black Order, kidnapped as an orphan as I was. Maybe he didn't need to be dealt with. I still don't know. But what is upsetting in all of this is that I was set up by Theron. It makes sense. Strike first. He understood I was onto him. And strike first. I can't blame the man for that. What I am upset with is that when I was reading his mind, he understood that I was the one who called the hit on Jericho. And he understood about the poisoning that took place that led to us playing that game in Carrick's district. And the only reason he knew these things was because of Solara. And I can't trust her.
And I can't trust you, X. So there's two people I can't trust today.
And why can't you trust me?
Because you were supposed to tell me everything you saw when you were on Spice. And then I asked you about it after you came down from Spice. And you told me everything, X. And I believed you.
Yep, Midas. I had to keep
I didn't read your mind.
To clarify, he told you there was something he held back and that he wanted to investigate further before telling you.
He said that,
Thank you for that, Brian.
he wanted to look into something. He didn't say he held back something.
No, he did. He said there was something that I didn't see anything, but I need to investigate something to be sure about it. Because we clarified this because for the deception rule or not, he wanted to clarify.
Black Order thing on his head.
Yeah, he didn't tell you saw that. He said you saw something, but wanted to clarify before taking any action.
Because it disappeared, and that's why I said that. And I haven't.
And Midas interpreted how he will.
No, you can't. I'm just want to put out that he didn't say that. He didn't. There's something here, but Midas isn't wrong. But I want him to keep in mind that X did leave the open door of there's more information. I want Midas to be completely hurt.
I remember that.
Okay.
This is that additional piece that I referenced that I had to
Seems
investigate.
like a pretty damn big piece, X.
Yeah, it would be, but it was confusing because it disappeared.
And Midas says to X in his head, to X, I started to trust you because all these other fucking people around us are royals, and they've been big time me the whole time. Well, sometimes. And you pull this shit.
Yeah, well,
in a good way, X.
Yeah, well, if I offended you, well, it seems I offended you, and I do apologize for this, but I have my
reason. Say it in your head.
Oh, I can't say it.
No, you have to say out loud, yeah.
So I say out loud. I say that out loud. To Midas, I told you there were things that I left, that I had to investigate, and this is that exact thing. And I still don't know, and that's why I still won't touch Theron. I now have it confirmed that he was a Black Order member, but I didn't know. I don't know to what degree. And so, yes, there could be two members you don't trust. You don't have to trust me again. I have my reasons for not telling you. I don't know why she's telling everyone my business. And she says she's not going to do it anymore. She's going to leave names out of what the going-ons are group are after we had a conversation just now. But I don't know how much I can trust her. And if you can't trust me anymore because I said I need to investigate something, that's your business. And
That's downplaying the X. That's not what happened. You saw a Black Order symbol over his head. You were supposed to observe and report X. You wanted somebody to stay sober, X. I stay sober. And then you go and find out information and you hide it. And then I asked you about it and you just say, oh, you got to investigate something. Like, you didn't see what you saw or something like that, X. But you did see what you saw, X.
And then
you had a hunch.
Did you miss that part? And then
it disappeared. And you had a hunch, X. You knew what you were doing.
All right, Midas. Well, now you have the information. You can't trust me and you can't trust Solara. I don't need to go back. I already got my ass whooped once. And I just found out someone else lied to me, and now you just found out I lied. So there's a lot of distrust.
Yeah, so I don't see why you expect us to care.
Any other questions, group?
Sai says to X. So he attacked you first. Did you retaliate at all?
It was kind of hard. Couldn't find him. I had to assure him that I wasn't going to kill him. And the reason I wasn't aiming to kill him was because of his connection to Solara. And the fact that I didn't know to what level he was involved with the Black Order.
Right. Has been telling Theron that some of that information has happened. Okay. So wait, why couldn't you find him when he attacked you?
We were in complete darkness. He did hand me these. He assured me that there will be no problems moving forward. He did hand me these. He did say some of them were for him, right? For Assad?
No, Assad doesn't use key.
Who did he say they were for? Me? Oh, Mir.
You, Mir, and Solara.
Is Mir
I wanted daggers.
Mir's in there, yeah.
Okay. Here go the daggers that you did ask for. And Mir, these are some things that he handed for us monks.
They're called key blockers. You can look them up in D&D Beyond. I created the items, so they're in there.
Oh, dope.
I will say you each have 5.
Okay.
And as far as the air is concerned, if you throw them ship to ship and miss, that thing's gone.
X, I appreciate it. I was going to go up. I wanted to talk to you about something though. I was going to go up on the deck.
Assad, look at me. Is it something that needs to be discussed now, or can it? If it needs to be discussed now, we can discuss it.
It can be discussed a little bit later.
All right.
Yeah.
Again.
If there's nothing else, I'm going to retire.
From the Misfits? Good job.
My hit points are at 67 right now.
I'll whoop your ass now, X. Everybody out the room.
Sai looks at Midas and I say, you need to learn how to talk to people.
Fireball. That's how, no, I don't. You know what? He lied to me, so I'll give a fuck. Alright? And you said some soft shit when he came in the room, so that was appropriate. I didn't say anything wrong to say anything funny to Davina or Samson or Mir. You said some soft shit, he's a fucking liar.
You're the softest one here. That's
how
I want.
All right, Assad walks out, and we will say Mir and Samson leave as well. Anything from you, Davina, for this conversation? Or are you going to stay in the room or leave afterwards?
Left already, right?
No, actually, this is his room, so he's still in here.
Where'd he go, though?
He's not pouting on the bed. He's seeing to his wounds on his bed.
Alright. I go ask X what he would like the group to do with about Theron.
Okay, Ryder. Um, for now, Theron is untouchable, at least from the Misfits. I have no care to kill this man. W- with the ass whooping I received just now or not. Um,
Because you can't.
the issue is his ties to the Black Order, which I'm still have unconfirmed about his level of involvement. I can assume it was something high, but I would hate to take a life just because of an assumption. Hence why he was able to strike at me first in the first place. Maybe I need to learn my lesson. Maybe I've become too soft dealing with this group.
I mean, don't let people get in your head, X. Just take it easy.
Thank you, Davina. I'm going to sleep on this. I don't even have the energy to read my book tonight.
Well, there's a book that's not good for you.
Oh, the book's about killing.
Well, maybe that's some foreshadowing.
But I appreciate those words, Davina. That I do.
All right.
Okay, so Solora leaves the room as well.
Laura was never there.
Oh, sorry, Davina. Davina leaves the room as well, and X is laying down for a rest. Okay, so Laura, you went and found Theron, who is still. What's up?
Midas has his rift breaker still, right?
Nah,
Yes.
I got
Fuck
it
you
back
mean, nah?
below.
Huh?
Oh, you must not have been on.
What happened?
I assume he got it back when he first came back to the room, unless you had a reason not to give it back to him.
Nah, I took the rift breaker when.
Oh, that's right. You did. You came back up for it, took the rift breaker, went back down because you wouldn't be with Theron without the rift breaker. So before, after the she shanty ended, X had came back up and gotten the weapon back from you.
After the she shed.
She shanty, the little party just happened. After that, he came and got it from you.
Oh yeah, I definitely gave it to him at that point.
Okay. So.
Oh. So as X is later there, Midas is going to go lay down too. But every few minutes, Midas is like, bitch ass little motherfucker, lying ass motherfucker.
What an aggressive dorm room this is.
Just in his head though.
In his head?
Not out loud. Yes. Fucking.
X throws a key dart at him.
Do you want to really roll for this hit?
Dude, if it goes on for more than 20 minutes, yes.
Okay. How long are you going to do this, Midas?
Oh, he's going to do it for more than 20 minutes.
Okay, so roll an attack, X.
Yeah, in 20 minutes, he probably does it about 6 or 7 times. He's going to say it every few minutes. Lying ass motherfucker. Yeah, lying ass motherfucker.
Brian, what do I roll for it?
Hold on, I have to take inventory real quick. You can just press the button. Give me 1 second. What a fascinating conversation that just was.
Dude said, I can't trust Laura. I just lied to you. But I don't really care right now because I can't trust Laura. Motherfucker.
Bro, the level of lie is so different. Like, I see you're black or white.
That's
I see you're
interesting.
black or white. But
This is Midas told
We'll talk about it in
Midas
bonus
trust
action
you.
because we're almost going to wrap it
Yeah.
up soon.
True. Roll, motherfucker, roll.
So it's in your hit refresh. It's in your inventory now. So it'll be in your actions.
Alright, actions. Is the dagger? Oh, keep blocking.
Yeah, there you go. As you next time you do it, Midas, you just feel punk as a dagger, dart just strikes into your shoulder. Go ahead and roll damage, X.
Why can't I? the fuck? There we go.
So it does 6 points of damage, and if you want to, you can use a key point to stun him or whatever.
No, I'm not going to stun him.
Okay. So you take 6 points of damage as this dart strikes into your shoulder.
And it blocks him, right?
No, he doesn't have any key. This only blocks monks, just for monks. It just blocks monks' key ability.
Oh, wait. So I'll take it back then. I'll take it back.
Okay, yeah. So the key blocker only is it's a monk weapon to defeat monks or for monks to excel at. It's just for monks, pretty much.
Okay, got you. Yeah, I'm
You
not
could almost say it's an anti-Black Order weapon.
Got you. Well, no. I'm not going to. I thought I was going to be blocking his magic through this.
Oh, no. It's not. No. It's just for key.
Got you. All right. Well, I throw a pillow at him.
Okay.
Like, get out of my head.
What he does that. Let me see what cantrips I got right now.
You got cabin fever.
Right? This is exactly what's going on. It's been a few days on here.
Blast the pillow.
Eldritch blast the pillow.
Midas does what?
He Eldritch blast the pillow.
So that shit explodes, bruh.
Pillow. We'll just say pillow's gone. That's fine enough. Even if he doesn't get it on as it came across, he just pick it up and poof. Either way it goes, that pillow's gone. Effectively.
And Mike's is the X. You got 67. Your health is pretty down, X. I don't know if you want this fight.
I just need sleep, Midas.
And then what's it called? He snaps and puts like a little fireball thing on his finger. Like he just holds his finger up.
Is that?
Like
Do you need to cast magic to that? Do you need to use verbal or anything?
No, he doesn't.
No, I don't have to if I don't want to.
Yeah, he's a little powerful crazy person over there.
So Mike snaps and like his eyes light up with fire, and he like holds the finger up with like the little fireball on the tip of it, and smiles at X. Like
I'm not afraid of
menacing.
fireballs.
I'm like, I don't know how many of these you can take.
I dodge them all.
Oh, that's cute. And then he snaps his finger up again, and then pulls out some shit that X can't dodge. It's not dodgeable.
I don't think you have anything else that would physically manifest unless you're actually attacking him.
Maybe guiding bolt. Yep, guiding bolt.
So are you? I assume you're not.
One tech.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
He's just fucking with him right now.
Okay. X, what are you doing in response to this?
I say good night, Midas.
All right. He's going
Have
to
a
sleep,
nightmare.
Midas. What are you doing?
Have a nightmare, bitch.
I mean,
And then they said, "Oh yeah, you want me to call somebody for you?"
no.
Okay. Midas is gonna let's see. Oh, he's gonna reach out to Validris tonight.
Okay. We'll do Solora and Theron first, then we'll come to that and we'll close there.
Actually, Solora just wants to. She mid walk. She decides to just go back up the thing and wait till the damn spice wears off.
The spice could have been gone for that conversation. That's fine. It would have been a few, unless you didn't, unless you didn't want it to be gone. But you could be out of the effects. It's been a long day, honestly. It could have been gone for the X conversation.
Nah, because my thing was right there at the time. So.
Right. Well, it was. I didn't mention it being out in the room when you were talking to X privately. I mentioned it being out up top when the telescope came up.
All right, we can.
Because again, it has been hours since you took the spice. It has been hours.
All right, we'll just say this. Solora wants to collect her thoughts before she talks to Theron, so we can pick it up next game.
Okay.
Because it's at 11:30.
All right. So, Midas, as you go to sleep and you reach out to Valandris, he does respond, and your dream fades away as he fades in.
What's up, big homie? Going back to the motherland.
Yes, as you mentioned previously, are you there?
Nope. On the way to the motherland, big homie. See a lot of funny shit going down on this ship. Um, yeah. Any updates on things? Anything new?
Not particularly, Midas. I have, of course, located the child we spoke of, and if you arrive in time, I will give you a location.
All right, good stuff, good stuff. Want to save that kid. All right, that's all. Just making sure you don't need anything.
I No, I do not. I generally reach out. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Just realizing I'm all I got. Yeah, but you're here, so figured I'd reach out to somebody I could somewhat trust.
Yes,
The only one that I know.
you can trust me, Midas.
Yeah, a lot of people say that, but I feel like this is right with you. For now.
For always, Midas. And seeing that there's nothing else, it seems, he begins to slowly fade away. Though it feels like this time he hesitates for a moment before fully pulling back. And then he's gone.
All right, I'm back. Basically, yeah, long as I do what you want me to do.
Long as you do not fall, Midas, I am here.
Yes. I was told that they might bend the knee to me. Any updates on that? What that means?
I have no idea what that means, Midas.
All right.
Though I do know dead creatures can't bend anything.
They just break it.
They'd be dead.
I mean, you could still. Never mind. I mean, if rigor mortis hasn't set in. Oh, whatever. Fuck it. All right, Melendrus. Peace out, big homie.
Until next time, Midas. And he slowly fades away.
Wait.
He stops.
Yo, so Stride's kind of pissed at me.
Who is Strahd?
Stride's like this warlock patron.
Why would a warlock patron be pissed at you, Midas?
Because I found him.
What are you talking about?
I found him through some not so clean means, and I wanted some power, and I got that power. And then remember when I killed that giant? Well, I kind of dumped him, and he didn't really like that.
Within an instant, Valandis goes from kind of far away, almost leaving, to directly in front of you, as his eyes narrow and he reaches on your shoulder, grips and pulls off the cloak Strahd had put on you. What is this?
Yeah, he said he gave me something so that you wouldn't listen to our conversations, and I don't really know how to get it off. But he said if I focused on you, I could reach out to you. So that's what I've been trying to. That's what I've been doing. I've been focusing on you to reach out to you.
He looks at you and he floats back a bit. When did you become a warlock, Midas?
See, I think it was back when I was messing around in Kelstrom for a bit. That's where when I met the guy. And
That's quite a long time ago, Midas.
Yeah, I didn't know that you couldn't tell I was a warlock. I just thought he meant you couldn't hear our conversations, which were really creepy.
No, I could not tell. And he grips the cloak and it burns in a radiant fire.
I got these warlock powers and shit. Like, look at this. Eldritch Blast. Yeah, stuff like that.
I see.
How do you think I learned how to Eldritch Blast?
There are many items that would have gifted the same benefit, Midas. And
you're not very observant.
that cloak was very powerful, Midas.
What cloak? Oh yeah.
I am not at all times watching you.
Let me get that cloak back.
He destroyed it.
Why did you destroy my cloak?
Why do you need to shield yourself from my sight, Midas?
I mean, I don't need that, but I mean, it was like you said, it was a fucking powerful cloak. I mean, shit, that's got to be worth something.
I am glad you have turned your back on Strahd. That was
So I got
troubling.
another warlock patron,
Which is who?
Diego.
You roll a dice.
Diego's all right though. He's not bad.
No, that's the thing. I do not know of this Diego, but I shall be looking into him.
He's not bad. I mean, he actually helped me get rid of some of the fallen.
We shall see.
Yeah.
Is there anything else I need to know, Midas?
I got hands.
He turns and begins to float away. We shall speak again soon, Midas.
Stay thirsty, my friend.
And in contrast to how this usually ends, instead of drifting slowly back to your dream, it just immediately snaps you back to your dream. And that is where we'll end the session. Someone please roll a what is this, 8? D8 to see how tomorrow's travel is going to go, so I can, get some prep on that.
All right, I'll do it. Don't be nervous, bro.
D10.
D10. Okay.
Don't be nervous with your rule. All right.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Okay, 9. And roll a D100.
Ooh. Okay. 58.
Okay. And we will see how that plays out next session.
Wow.
What a session.
Amazing dialogue between y'all two. That was amazing. Solar and X.
Yes, it was. That was fun. I liked that, guys. Good stuff.
That was a great session. That was wild. I am glad X is still with us.
What Brian said we could discuss after in bonus round.
Oh, what was it?
By the way, I'm stuck in my mom's house right now because my phone.
Your phone did what?
My phone is dead and I can't call an Uber home.
You have a charger?
My charger's broke and I got a new phone, but I can't transfer my stuff to my new phone because.
Well, you better support the taxi industry. Call a regular taxi up.
I am pretty sure you can log in on the website to Uber and order a Lyft or order an Uber from the website.
That'd be a good idea.
Charles Barkley, though, just like you. God dang, bro.
We were going to discuss the lie.
So
That's a very. Myers has so many fucking trust problems, man. That guy needs a therapist.
Yo, he has daddy issues. The way he keeps jumping from patron to patron.
Jump from one page to another.
Yeah. You set the Guinness World Record for a number of patron saints in D&D, my friend. You just said to your bull, but don't worry, I got a new patron. His name's Diego.
Yeah, he good people. In pursuit of power, I mean, you meet some people.
I'm very surprised you just randomly dropped that on him.
Yeah, I just thought about it.
Yeah, he had no idea you were a warlock. None at all.
But now he does.
Yeah, now he does. That's yeah. He really that was quite an eye-opening moment for him, as he pulled the cloak off and then is able to now see the warlock abilities you possess, how far progressed you are in warlock, and
No, it's not that far progressed, though.
it's not zero. I mean,
It's not zero. But it's level
it's level what?
2.
Yeah, that's progression. That's not simply you are warlock. That's you are growing in the warlock skill as well.
Warlock.
Yes. It is not simply a toe dipped in; it's an investment. That's a wild reaction. That's a wild thing just to be thrown at him for him. Because y'all had this conversation about, yeah, you can trust me. I'm here forever, dog. Boop boop, dap it up. And then it's like, oh, by the way, I'm kind of a crip. What? You're just hanging out a little bit. Nothing serious. Because you went from like, yeah, you're an undercover guy. You're not an undercover cop. You're a cop. You're taking down the fallen. And you're like, oh yeah, by the way, I joined the Crips. What? Oh no, here's the thing. So I joined the Crips. I ain't like them, so now I'm blood. I got rid of the Crips. I'm a blood now. I ain't been with the Crips like that. It wasn't working out, so now I'm a blood. Like, what? Yeah,
walk down.
They were threatening me about the Crip walk. I didn't feel comfortable. It really is that for him, that was a moment for him, man.
I mean, Stride's bad, but is being a warlock, because you can have, right? Let's say I originally started out, I could be a warlock with a patron, right?
Yeah.
So being a warlock isn't necessarily bad.
Not in its own right, not in the abstract, but what makes it tricky is that ASMRs can fall. They can lose their guardians or their guides and become fallen ASMRs. Like you can stray from the path. So becoming a warlock, that's one thing. From his point of view, hiding becoming a warlock does kind of, squeak dark side. It very much is whispers of the dark side influence, especially fucking Strahd. Like, not that he knows fully who Strahd is, but he's about to go do some fucking research. He's going to the library. All right, Jenna. He's going to the library to see who the fuck Strahd is and who Diego is. Yeah. So, like, for him, it's very much, very, very dark side influencey. Mm-hmm. Especially when, the whole joint mission is to kill people who have fallen from the path.
Right.
And you're like, no, I just want some more power. So I, hit up this other thing. And this other thing blinded your view of it.
To drop these things. To drop the things I'm supposed to drop. You ain't give me. I had to go this route.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see where that goes. I completely have just forgot that he didn't know about this because he doesn't know about it. So there's nothing, there's nothing to do about it. There's no interactions.
I definitely expect, I definitely expected something to become of this. I didn't expect to just drop it and just, it goes away. It's nothing big. Like I knew it was going to be something. I don't know what it was going to be.
What made you tell him? Is it because you felt the way about X leaving information out?
This is so I was talking to him and I was just like, yo, I forgot. He doesn't know the whole thing that happened with me and Strahd. And I was like, Strahd's also after me. It might be good for the person that I can trust to know what's going on.
That's real. Definitely real.
Like, he was like, yo, you can trust me. Like, I'm here for you. So Mike's was like, all right, well, he said I can trust him. Like, let's see. Let me throw something at him, see if I can trust him.
That's a weird thing to do, bro.
Yo, bro.
Just immediately, let's test this trust. Let's see if you really meant it.
Ain't necessarily, I wouldn't say testing the trust because I don't know that it exists. Like, usually when you test somebody's trust, it's like you have an existing, what's it called? I don't know how much I can trust this dude. Like, I know he says it, but it's like he's very dogmatic.
Yeah.
I'm just like, we'll see.
He is. Fascinating, man. So fascinating. I gotta say, I am very surprised by Midas' reaction to X updating you on the information.
Well, he was not a fan of that, and then extra. It's more so how X reacts to it.
I mean,
He's like, oh, it's not that big, but I'm mad at Solara. But it was like Midas was already telling him like, yo, we can't trust the rest of them. Like, we should trust each other.
mm-hmm.
Like they're doing all this, and then it's like, yo, man, you too. That's what it kind of felt like. It was like,
I
damn,
think,
But why?
yeah, I think that like
I'm
his
trying to
trust
find a form of bond with somebody that I can trust. I just feel
But
like,
what Greg, what I'm getting at, and I get that you're trying to form that trust and that balance. You've been doing it with X for a long time. What X is getting at is that there's a greater issue here, and I almost said let's not have this conversation because, like in X's head, he was like, I don't want to cause any more distrust with this group, but at the same time, you guys might want to make sure that none of y'all shit is out there too. And I didn't want to say it explicitly, but that's the bigger issue right here. I see. Like, who knows our information right now?
that, but okay. This is what Midas was trying to tell X. Like these niggas big time us. You think like he. The thing is, he thinks Samson's telling somebody too, but Samson's not, right? Samson's not. But Midas is just assuming all the rules are telling somebody. Like that's
But
just
you know,
automatic assumption.
so and so that's interesting because we know that as people playing these characters, right?
Mhm.
You can assume that, but I was playing like X never assumed that because X has no reason to think that they're going back and telling our deepest things.
Well, I just know it's because they started big time in Midas,
But they
and
could big time people would not say that they're telling our secrets.
mm,
They can act like, "Oh, you're beneath me," but "Oh, you're beneath me," and I know that Midas is the one that killed Michael, and she goes tells everybody, or I mean, not killed him, but um,
I will say I don't necessarily know that. I feel like they're reporting everything, but I just don't necessarily know what they'll report. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's something big, I feel like they'll report it because they're putting like Anton told Midas, oh, we have to worry about the nations and blah 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 and hundreds of thousands of lives or whatever. So it's kind of like Midas just like, well, anything that's big, like they're going to report. Maybe not the small stuff, but like the big stuff, they're going to tell. You know, because they're trying to protect their countries first. But you know, I don't necessarily think anybody told about the ruby. So if he ever finds that out, that'll be a surprise for him. But like, I don't know, just things that kind of go on. Might just kind of just assuming like, I don't know about these people. Plus, Solar called out to Theron before through the medallion drone before, and I was like, what the fuck was that? And then we just kind of kept removing, didn't say anything about it. So it's just like, I don't know.
was X privy to that?
I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
No, X has never like heard of his stuff going back to any work, and like I never like actively tried to find a way for it to happen, and I didn't think it was gonna come out like that, but it came out in this session, and I was like, oh shit.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And it's
because
crazy.
Theron's action was definitely directed by the fact that X has been about that no mercy murdering of Blackwater people, just straight up. Oh, Blackwater murder.
Hence, what X told her, like, I don't know who my enemies are in this. So it's like, damn.
It doesn't
Like,
help
you
that
know
you
who's
disappeared.
actually
Because like he saw you recognize the symbol. That's why he got rid of it, and then he couldn't find you for a day. And then you just like
We should
start
might know
popping
who
back up.
after him. He know a name of a group. He don't know who the fuck them niggas are when they gonna pop up.
See, but X doesn't know any of that. Like, X doesn't know who's after him. Like, he doesn't know. He knows that the Black Order's after him. He doesn't know like any other people, what they look like. Like, your
Right.
people make themselves known. Like, oh, that's Midas right there. My people can come in the darkness. Like, it's a huge difference. I think. Like, you were able to like let a fireball off on the people after you
Mm-hmm.
because of the way X is trained. Like, X could have got after Theron at any point, and vice versa, which happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. I went through a lot of different ideas about how Theron was going to go about this. One of
How
them,
Theron know?
huh?
How Theron know?
Because X
That's
walked
what
up high
X
on.
played it
Yeah, he tried to. X walked up high on drugs, cut through a crowd, and had a reaction seeing the Black Order symbol. And then Theron snapped it away because he saw X's reaction. And then Theron played it off and let X also play it off. Theron has very high perception. He saw X's reaction to it.
Okay.
And knowing what he knows about X is like shit. And then X disappeared. He's like double shit. And so it became okay. So I gotta deal with this. One of the ideas was maybe run up on X in his room, but you're always in there, more or less. So that would have been tricky for him to get X alone in that room.
No, yeah, we would have fucked Theron up together.
No, he'd done it when you went in the room. Because there are some times when you're not both in there. But it just would have been tricky for me to be like, okay, so Midas, where are you right now? So X, where are you right now? I would have to just keep checking your positions before I could figure out exactly when X was alone.
Right. Which means you just had to trail X with Theron at that point.
There's a lot of people on this ship, so not necessarily.
Or trail Midas, like one of the two of them, basically, and kind of figure out what their movements were.
Could have probably just been something easy, like, you know, like X meditates and X goes back to the room a ton. So I had to wait till you were doing something and been like, okay, so he's not in the room, he's talking to somebody else. Theron's going. Either that or it'd have been Theron coming and say, hey, Midas, Dreadnought wants to talk to you. And then you left. And that'd have been that.
Mm-hmm.
But that was one of the ideas. But I like the idea of doing it below deck better.
No, that was dope. That was a fucking cool ass, scary ass scene. That joint was crazy. I was like, damn, that's about to die.
I was so glad it actually did the inside check after Theron had already, you know, finished thinking about it.
Do we not have the things up, our head things up together?
He got knocked out of it, and no one has brought that up. But he's not in it. He was until he went down there. But you guys were had that conversation just now out loud, and then you personally spoke to him via your message spell or whatever. So there was no. So Laura realizes that X is not in it currently, but I'm not sure anyone else does. But he was in it until he wasn't.
Shut up. I knew I was getting set up.
Super. And that what's so crazy is like you missed the him, you know, telling you to put your very magical strong weapon away. And then after you're falling him down, you're like, wait, is he being honest? At that point.
Yo, the mindset was literally like, oh yeah, I don't want my staff to get broke or snatched on me.
Because again, because being down there, you definitely saw that your staff would have gotten caught on things. And the whole after the fight, it was difficult for you to get around because of that staff. So, and that slowed you down. But yeah, what he said was honest. Your staff will get caught places. Like he said, he didn't lie to you at all, which is the whole point of it.
I was like, after the second time I lost that nigga, I was like, all right, he not training me now.
He started cutting corners like, zoop. Because I'm like, let me see if X can keep eyes on him. Because X is pretty good at that. But Theron has a very particular skill set. And
I don't know how X is gonna move after this, yo.
It had to happen. It had to happen. Like Theron had to do something before you did because you can fucking poison.
I'm talking about Salora.
I mean, she did tell you that going forward, I will not divulge your information anymore. Like you can't deal with a problem. She understood where you were coming from, and she said that going forward, I will respect what you're asking of me. You didn't seem to accept that, but that's what she said to you. Like the same way Midas refused to hear what you were saying, she refused to hear what Salora was saying, which is fascinating.
Don't compare me to Midas.
You did the same thing he did. You got what you wanted from her, but that wasn't enough for you. Well, I guess she didn't apologize, I guess, so you didn't get you're not getting an apology, I don't think. But you did get a promise going forward it's not going to happen again.
Don't compare you to Midas. Yeah, you can never be as good as Midas. He's a good person.
I still don't see why X saying I gotta check something. Like what would you have done if he told you he saw the symbol over Theron?
Midas just said thank you. And he'd have been like, X, don't do nothing stupid.
Yeah, and that's why he couldn't tell you because he didn't know what he was gonna do.
Yeah, so basically right now you're justifying I lied to you because I didn't want you to know. I purposely deceived you because like you just said, I purposely deceived you because I probably wouldn't have listened to you if I felt
not listen to you, but if Theron
like now, just like now, the whole cat's out the bag. If Theron winds up missing, shit goes down, and I start pointing at X. Had X told you, and X decided to kill him, shit goes down. And so it was like this whole protective factor, keeping you out of it, because it would have been. It wasn't you stopping me. It was more so you being put in the middle of it.
Knowing?
Yeah, you know, like had he chose to poison Theron, and Theron just dies, and no one knows why, they start questioning people. You now know why that it was X, or that X had motive for it. If he tells you, you now know the motive, and you have to lie instead of being able to honestly say, "I don't know what happened."
That's a good reason.
It's a great reason. That's why I think he did in the first place, because he hadn't decided he was going to kill Theron or not. And if he tells you that he saw this thing, you know he's going to kill Theron, and so it becomes like, even if, because if he had poisoned Theron and Theron dies, or Theron falls off the ship somehow, he's gone, and the dreadnought and the information is announced, you're going to have to roll a save to not react to that. For no one in the crew to realize that to not look at X, to not have any reaction at all, and to honestly look surprised. Because you have information. There would be, shit, it was X. There would be, in your mind at least, you would know what happened here. And there'd be a roll to see if you can hide that knowing of it. And then there will be the pending investigation, because it would be the Dreadnought knowing none of the crew did this. Absolutely no way, no how. It's one of the Misfits.
It'd be easy to look at X.
Not only if they know that Theron is involved with the Black Order. Like, if they don't know about that symbol either, then no, there's no looking at X directly. It's you guys if they don't know who. It's definitely you guys, though.
It's easy for me not to look at X.
Well, not looking at him is easy enough. Being able to stand up to the scrutiny of interrogation is different.
Oh yeah, interrogation is separate. Yeah.
And whatever in whatever form that comes, because that is the entire ship turning hostile to the group at large, and that is at all times eyes now on you guys, and that is a very dangerous situation, which X would keep the danger to himself because he has the only knowledge of it, versus it's like if Samson could have not told you all he was killing the tree, versus you guys having to know about it immediately.
Right.
So I mean, and what's really wild about it is actually coming to you like, yeah, I think I didn't tell you about that I was worried about. It happened. He beat my ass. And you're like, fucking liar. You're like, wait, what? I'm bleeding. He could have killed me.
Yeah, you're a liar. And you telling me too, like you telling the whole crew at the same time. Like I asked you to tell me. Like you didn't even give me a heads up. Like, yo, this happened first either.
I mean,
you went to a bar, then you told the whole crew at the same time. No, bro, you're supposed to tell
So now
me.
you want to be the person that gets told information. Yo, you really got issues.
No, it's because we had an agreement. So like I feel like at that point I should know first, then we should tell the crew. That's fine.
But it's not like you found out last either, though. Like you found out when they found out.
Agreement.
What?
We broke the agreement.
Midas is interesting. Midas is a very interesting character.
Saeed is interesting. Saeed is an interesting person.
I refuse to believe Saeed would be this, lawyered up about phrasing of things.
Are you sure?
And this not understanding of the situation.
Oh no, he understands it. He's black or white. He's black or white.
Oh, I am a very black and white person.
I mean, but at the same, like, but here you are with Valandris talking about, nah, it's cool. I didn't know you couldn't see me. Like, yo, what? Nah, it's cool, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Like, because Valandris is having the same moment you're having of, yo, you lied to me about being a warlock, but you didn't lie. You just didn't fucking bring it up for a very long time.
Lying by omission is not lying. It's just omission.
Okay.
But it's also, I did not know he didn't know I was a warlock.
Strahd told you he made sure you couldn't be seen by Valandris because Valandris would not like to know that you all intermingled.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know that mean he couldn't tell I was a warlock. I just thought that mean he couldn't see you on Strahd and I's conversations.
There we go again with you guys not asking follow-up questions. As soon as I made that item and gave it to you, I'm like, this. The whole purpose was to stop Valandris from seeing you were a warlock. Straight up.
Uh-huh.
He had no idea you were a warlock. That's a wild fucking surprise for him. That's such a fucking left field thing. Like, he just started shooting force lightning. He's like, what the fuck? You were supposed to save the force, Anakin. No, this is such a fascinating dynamic in this group.
So Midas took the mask off, all right? He's not Vader. He went the opposite way.
No,
Vader
Midas isn't. Well, yeah, you took the mask off. You're right. But I mean, again, for Valangis, that was a wild fucking thing to just stumble upon.
He learned.
And it's even wild because he was worried about you. Like, he doesn't usually actually care about things. But he, like, stopped and, like, you all right? He's like, yeah, I'm cool. And then, I'm by my warlock, though. It's like, bro, what? And he's been in front of you so many times. Like, it's just such a wild thing for him.
Yeah.
Emotional damage. I gotta name this episode "Emotional Damage." Let me make a note.
But yeah, I'm a very black and white person, which raised people, I don't know, perceiving me certain ways.
It's interesting, man. It's interesting. What's really wild is I feel bad for Salora because she's put in a terrible position of she believes everything Theron is saying, but she also believes that X isn't lying.
What did Theron say?
That he didn't do any of that shit. That X hurt himself by cutting himself on a weapon he was trying to carry. That he did not attack X at all. That pretty much everything he pretty much said everything that X said wasn't true, though he said it first.
Was Theron, what's it called?
What?
Was he rolling persuasions or something?
Was he doing what?
Rolling persuasions?
He was rolling something.
Okay.
Based on the rolls, though, Salora 100% believed it.
Okay.
But it threw, because her and her Visage were both confused because they both saw X injured. They both saw clearly that was, a wound from a weapon. And, what Theron was saying was not lining up with what they were seeing with their eyes. And then X leaves and she asked him directly, and Theron has a very convincing, believable, this is what happened. And she fully believes it. But she also fully believes X believes what he's saying.
That's an easy belief X point to me then.
Why?
That's what you usually do to us.
Theron raised her.
When we come up to characters or whatever, like when we came up to the Werebears and we rolled really high or whatever, and we're convincing them and everything like that, and we were beating whatever rolls they were doing. And then at the end of the day, they still didn't believe us because whatever reason.
Well, no, but for her, X rolled low on his persuasion, and she rolled really high on her perception. So she does not believe X is lying at all, but she is not convinced that what X thinks happened is 100% what happened. She's convinced that X believes this is what happened, but he was not persuasive enough for her to believe that Theron was lying. She's currently faced with two truths: a truth from a person who damn near raised her, and a truth from a friend that he believes what he is saying. That's the disconnect for her.
Yo, what sucks is we just became friends, man. Now we got this rift.
Y'all not friends, man.
Well, you got a
They were.
rift break, right?
You do have a rip breaker. You could drop this anytime you wanted to, bro.
You could break it.
Yo, y'all not friends. That's all it took to break y'all up. Hey.
No, I mean, again, she tried to bridge the gap. She said, this won't happen again. I will keep this information from him regarding you going forward.
Oh, yeah, you can say that, but there's still distrust that has been.
Oh no, that can be there, but you didn't even accept that from her. So yeah, it's definitely deaded.
You were a little aggressive, and that's when she, made
super aggressive. Yeah, that was, usually the other way it goes. Like how things usually happen to you. You try to reach out, and people are like, "No, fuck you, bro." That's what people usually do to X. It's just wild seeing X do it to somebody else. But no, I get X was coming from a point of, bond broken. Gotta make things super clear, double clear, triple clear. That we don't have this issue anymore going forward. But man, oh man.
All right, y'all, I'm out. See y'all.
All right, man.
E4
I
Mile.
already know what Sky's gonna say to X.
Huh? Oh, that's gonna be interesting. I don't know. What's he gonna say?
He's gonna say, "I already told you so. Can't trust them, hoes."
Oh yeah, and that whole situation, Assad said that in front of the group too. X, I want to talk to you outside.
Yeah, he did.
That was interesting.
Mm-hmm. Take care, y'all.
All right, man.
All right,
Oh, that's gonna be great. Great session, everybody. I'm glad X is still alive. I'm glad Thera's still alive.
X was like, many secrets. That shit happened. X was like, what's goes like? I was like, yo, let me talk to you outside. Mine's like, so many secrets. I know.
Mm-mm-mm. Well, all right, guys. We will wrap bonus action there.
All right. See ya.
All right, everybody. Peace.
Peace.